Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, we're
hello.
live. It's happening.
Hello, hello, hello. I can see a little sign on my computer saying this is being live streamed. Oh, Lord help us. Anyway, oh, it's me. I forgot I'm making the music. Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are zooming in from. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Here in South Africa, I'm zooming in from Durban, yes, where it is supposed to be winter. And I am melting. I'm melting. I'm melting. Ah, who'd have thought all my wonderful wickedness could be destroyed by such a. Oh, you know what I mean. I've been doing the Wizard of Oz for the last 2 weeks. Lord, talk about fed up. What are we doing here, you may ask? A quick sip. Oh, that's better. We are raising money. Now, and having fun, one hopes. So this is the fundraiser for the Toy Theatre Festival, the second Toy Theatre Festival to become the annual Toy Theatre Festival in Baltimore. And this year it is going to be staged on the 11th of August. Now, the funds that we raised today are going to go towards putting that on and keeping that running. Now, if each and every one of you that is out there in Zoom land gives us $250 right now, we can stop and we can all go home. I'm starving. I'd love supper. I mean, it's 7:15 here, and I've got to go on for 3 hours. Lord help us. Anyway, so that's what we are doing. So welcome to NCPG. Welcome to an evening, afternoon, or morning, depending on where you are, of fun and frivolity. Now, what do we want? We want your money. Now, we do. We seriously do. Yeah, we want you to have a nice time, but we want you to pay for it. It's very simple. Very simple. Very, very, very simple. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over to Sarah B., who is our vice president, and she's going to tell you the various ways in which you can donate money. And I'm going to keep asking you for money all the way through the next 3 hours. Sorry.
Hi,
Sarah, hi.
everybody.
Hello.
Hi. So the easiest way for you to donate is to go to our website, which we've put in the YouTube chat, and it is also in our video description. We are accepting donations via PayPal. If you go to our website on the front page, there's a big, beautiful button. Any donation, any amount, greatly appreciated, helps us with the programming. And that's how you do it. What else is happening today? Yes. So any donation, any amount. Peter, what is our first goal? To see some beautiful programming.
It is. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to charge you, or at least we're going to push to get to a certain level. Now, Sarah is going to be looking at the amounts, and she's going to give us the thumbs up when we have hit a certain amount. So the first thing that we are going to be doing, and you could, sorry, just to add on, if you want to make a donation in the chat, you just say the name of it and you put down the amount that you want. All right, so we're going to be doing that as we go along. All right, now we have a little bit of a problem. We have no idea, as per normal, where Dino is. So we are hoping that Dino is going to be able to join us at some point today. Now, of course, Dino, being Dino, he wants your cash. You know what he's like? Yeah, I mean, it's like New York or probably Washington. I don't know. Anyway, he wants your money. And so probably for Dino to appear is going to cost us somewhere in the range of $50. All right, but I'm sure we'll be able to raise that. It won't be a problem at all. Now, what we are going to do is charge for each individual item. I know. I'm a skinflint. What can I say? I want your money. Humbug, humbug, humbug. Anyway, so we're going to start with Roro Art. Now, for Roro Art, Robin has created some very, very, very beautiful Shakespeare-based, Shakespeare-ish videos. Now, one of the first ones we're going to have is going to be fun. Roro's videos are, as I say, when I say they're Shakespeare-ish, it's one of those things. If you love Shakespeare, you'll love them. If you hated Shakespeare, you'll love them even more. Okay, so we need $30. All right, we're looking for a pledge, not a single one. You can put in $2, you could put in $5, you could put in $10, you could pay the entire $30, which would be wonderful. But we are looking for $30 so that we can play the very first video. Now, there's going to be a whole variety of different things throughout the day. Okay, some of them will be live. In fact, most of them will be live. But the Puppet What-Wats are all videos, and they are so gorgeous, beautifully made by Robin, one of our members up in Canada. Okay, so and if you want to go and see some more of her work, it's Roro Art. Okay. Somebody saying on the scheduling thing, not sure what that means. Oh, we only need $10 more to get to the Roro video. Come on, folks. Dig deep, dig deep. $10. $2 from 5 people. My maths is sherbet. 5, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, I was right. That's novel. Okay, so $10 more is all we need until we can watch the Roro videos. Now, of course, you do understand that the sooner you pay up, the less I have to talk to you. The less you have to put up with me. That's gotta be worth money, folks. Okay, are we nearly there? I think we possibly are. We're going to load up that video, so the second we hit $30, we can begin the Roro video. Now, the Roro video stars What-What. What-What is Robin's main character, I would say. She's a lovely character. She has lots of fun. She's very sassy. I love having conversations with her. She is a sock puppet, basically. And Robin created her a few years ago. And she's been doing very, very well on the internet. And in fact, we'll chat to Robin a little bit later on, I hope, as long as you cough up the cash. And then we'll interview her and find out a little bit more about her work and where you can see more of What and the work that she's doing. How are we doing on the money front, Sarah? Are we nearly there?
We still need $10. $10 to get the
more!
first Roro video. I do believe
$10
Roro
more
is in our
dollars.
YouTube audience right now.
Oh, come on, folks. $2 each. 5 of you.
$10.
$2
Come
each.
on.
Come on. It's not going to kill anybody. I know the price of living has gone up. I do. What can I say? An orange Cheerio has not been helpful. But $2. What does $2 buy you? I'm not sure. I haven't looked that up in a while. actually. In fact, not since 2023 when I was over visiting. And it was wonderful. It was really, really great to be there and to meet all these people that I had only ever seen from the chest up.
Peter. Peter
Sorry, say
Kathy
again?
Pruitt has gotten us over the $30 mark. Thank you, Kathy Pruitt.
Fantastic. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. Here she is. Puppet what? And the wolf.
Romeo, Romeo, who for art thou, Romeo?
What?
Oh, there you are.
What are you doing?
I'm doing Shakespeare. I was just saying, Romeo, Romeo, who for art thou, Romeo? Because I didn't know where you were.
But the line is, wherefore art thou Romeo? And I'm not Romeo.
Yeah, but it's Shakespeare. I know my Shakespeare. Wherefore means why.
Yeah, so that's the line.
Yeah, but in this case, I was actually wondering where. See, wherefore really means why. So, why for really means when, and when for really means what for means how, and how for means who, and who for, obviously, means where.
Obviously.
Obviously. So, here you are now, let us proceed. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?
Oh, what?
That's not your line.
What are you doing?
Romeo, Romeo, that's you. We're doing Juliet and Romeo. You're supposed to say, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
That's not the east. That's north. And you're not exactly radiant.
I'm not radioactive, I'm Juliet.
That's not... never mind. Why are you... Oh, never mind that either. What? I don't really want to play today.
Ah, but all the world is a play.
That's not a line. It's all the world is a stage.
Right, so you agree. And this stage is cardboard and you're Romeo.
I'm not Romeo. That's not my name.
Fine then, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
I don't think I smell sweet.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, what? You are so strange.
Aha! I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange. Ah!
She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that?
Thou overheardst my true love's passion. Therefore, pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Oh, speak no more, for I have heard too much.
I am not done speaking, all right, for I am the merry wanderer of the night. Ha-ha! If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest sock, so good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and what shall restore amends.
Yes, I think perhaps I am asleep. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Good night, sweet prince. Tomorrow we'll do Hamlet. I'm gonna go get to work on our costumes.
I can't see anything. This is ridiculous.
I love it. Well done, Robin. Thank you so much. Robin is, as with all artists on the program today, they are donating their services for free in order to help us get our money that we need for the second annual Toy Theatre Festival. If you loved that, please hit the one button, hit the one button, hit the one button. That was absolutely fantastic. Oh dear. Now, I'm looking at my program here. As I said, we're going to speak to, hopefully, chat to Robin later on about what and her other work, because she's got lots of work on at the moment, doing all kinds of amazing things with her theatre company as well as the puppet company. Now, just want to point out, I am dying of heat. Okay, in this hat and this cravat and this damned waistcoat, not to mention the long sleeve t-shirt underneath. As I said, it's winter here in Africa. That means it's still hot. So, I have a whole selection of inappropriate t-shirts. I do. Yeah, I've been buying them for years, love them, hate them. Some people like them, some people don't. So, when we get $10 with the word shirt attached to it, I will change. Please help me to change. As I say, it is insanely hot here. Now, we are going to move on. But, of course, we need money to do so. We are going to have a studio tour from Laurie Everett. Now, Laurie is Puppet Laureate, which is really sweet. I love the play on words. And she's going to give us a studio tour. She says her studio is in one hell of a mess, which is par for the course if you're a puppeteer. She's been busy making some puppets for an improvisation group. Sorry, I had to think there for a moment. I couldn't remember. So for an improvisation group, and what she's been making is monsters. So she's been dealing with fur. Now, those of you who have dealt with fur in the past know that it goes up your nose, in your mouth, in your eyes, in your ears, and various other orifici, which I shall not mention because this is a family show. But when you get up in the morning and have a small visit to the toilet, if on that paper there has been fur and or sequins, you know you have been making puppets for too long. So we are looking for $30. $30 so that we can have a studio tour with Laurie Everett.
Peter.
Yes.
Peter, I'd like to thank Grant for helping us get to this milestone. We can start our studio tour with Laurie.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Laurie, I don't know if you want me to interview you or if you would just like to take us around and show us what's happening. I forgot your puppet P in the background. Please,
right.
will you tell us a little more about Puppet P?
So my newest venture is Puppets in the House, which I turned into an LLC last year. We hosted the only regional festival of P of A last year through the the which guild? It's not the one that Wisconsin's in, so it's kind of like a special thing that we got to do. And now they're like doing their guild meeting, regional meeting back in Iowa, which is great. But I still want to bring puppet people to Wisconsin. So we are having two events this year so far. In July, Frankie Cordero is going to teach a TV monitor workshop. And in October, we're having another small festival where we have amazing people coming to teach 9-hour workshops and having performances. And yeah, so look up puppetsinthehouse.com for information on that. That would be great. But
That's
it is
amazing. Fantastic.
it's an absolute disaster in here, and I didn't clean for you because who
Good.
wants to see a clean studio? I'll show you first, though. One of my team members, Lisa Schlenker, is the production manager at Northern Sky Theater in Door County, and the play that they're doing a world premiere of a play, The Thing with Feathers, I think is what it's called, and she's been working on bird puppets for like a year, all different kinds. And I went up to visit her for a couple days last week, and she tasked me with making a little chickadee hand puppet, which this is what it looks like so far. And she wanted the beak
Wow.
to be open like that. And when you pull the trigger, then it will close the mouth. And she has the Jimmy Grimes book. So that is the mech that we were using, which I don't have the strings on, but you pull it, it stays open, and then you pull it and it will go like that. So
That's
that's that.
stunning. That
No,
book apparently is absolutely phenomenal. I know people have been trying to get hold of it.
no, I'm gonna
And
order it now.
yeah,
Sure.
Jimmy's trying to catch up with the orders.
I can't.
Um, because it surpassed sales that they were expecting completely, which is wonderful for him, and it's wonderful for us because I've seen some of the illustrations, etc., from it, and it reminds me of the Fettig book, in that even if you're not sure about what the writing is telling you, the illustrations are so brilliant,
Yeah.
that it really gives you all the information you could possibly need.
Mechanisms make me cry. Like I just don't think that way. And with Lisa's help, we got that figured out. But yeah, it's pretty is self-explanatory. So the
Yeah.
monster puppets I'm working on, we're having
Yes.
Story Hour Improv. The musical is going to be a group that hasn't performed with puppets yet. So they're going to practice this summer. And I offered to make them puppets. And I can't help but make like, the really good professional ones. And I asked them, like, do you want a person, a creature, an animal? Like, individually, I sent them a form and they all said monster. So they're in various stages of completion. I'm just using stuff up from my stash. Make the lighting a little better here. So there's two live hand puppets, one like this kind of glove style. And we still need some fangs, but it's almost done. The other one is the sack style. And just I was watching Adam Krutinger's tutorials again and doing the fur upside down. So there's like lots of fancy fun movement. And this is going to be a little fire monster of some kind. And one more. I spent all of yesterday working on making the arm rods outside, which is good because today it's raining and we even had a tornado warning
Oh
an
wow.
hour ago. So, and this head, I went down to California to do a workshop with Steve Troop and patterned this head. So I'm just like taking old bodies and scrap fur and trying to figure out how am I gonna make another monster out of that.
Those are stunning. They are absolutely beautiful. Um, I I love the reference to Adam, the late and great. I
Like,
think he inspired so many people all over the world with his videos. And Puppet Nerd is still going strong, which is wonderful. And I think it just gets more and more viewers every year. I send people to it a lot
so
for basic starting stuff because he explains it so
it really
beautifully.
does. I think there's a glitch on the website which happens now and again because I'm gonna buy that penguin pattern. Like it looks like Club Penguin, which my kids grew up playing. So, so when I can get it, I'm gonna buy it. So I'll show you the messy
Wonderful.
closet and other things. I
Yes,
have the vacuum
please.
cleaner because I was using the Flowbee to do the hands and the fur that Lisa sent for that chickadee. Like you cut it, it's and it just like fur flies everywhere. And it's more like organza. Like you look at it wrong and it just shifts around. But around that corner there is where I store my foam. And it's just a disaster. Someday I'm going to clean and figure out where everything is. I'm missing the thing that I carve, do my pupils out of. So I bought another oval one, but there's a round one in here somewhere, and it's supposed to be right there on top of my Flowbee box. I think I'm only going to find it when I clean seriously again. And this is where I store more fur and scraps and fleece and all that stuff. And this is our mascot, Peep, or Penelope. Moves a little bit, but yeah. Is there anything else that you want to see? Oh, my
I just
gosh.
want to. I just want to say how annoying you are. I love the fact that you say, "Oh, it's a terrible mess." If you
But I
saw
can
my
walk through the floor.
workshop, I
Here's
love the fact that you
see what
can
I see?
find stuff. You go, "It should be here."
And then
Every
it's
time I clean up, I just make more and more mess. And I can't. I move stuff from one place to another, thinking, okay, I'm going to move this. I'm going to shift it. I'm going to put it here, and then I'll sort this lot out tomorrow. And then tomorrow never comes. And so when I go to where stuff used to be, it's not there anymore, which means I then have to work through the entire workshop to find something that should be where it was. And when it was in a mess, I knew exactly where it was. But now that I've been cleaning, I've got no idea.
exactly. Okay, two more
I've got
things to show
no
you,
idea.
maybe three. This is my
Yes.
beloved Bernina, the 930 record. It was like
Uh,
the top machine back in 1983. Everything's metal. I love it. This is my library of stuff where there's going to be more, you know, I can't live long enough to do everything that I have in there. And we built a ledge outside this little window here, which is behind my mirror. I'm trying to move it and show you because there's a squirrel sleeping in it right now. And
oh
who doesn't want to
wow!
see a sleeping squirrel? Right
Oh,
in
look
there.
at that!
Can you see it? I thought she
I
might
must
have
laugh
babies in
quietly,
there, but
otherwise I'm going to wake him up.
I know the cat was like super interested.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Can you tell us? So you said you've got these two events coming up. Could you
Yes.
just tell us a little bit more, and if you can, the dates?
Yes, Frankie Cordero's workshop is July 25th and 26th, and it's a total of 10 hours, 6 hours one day and 4 hours the next. And he's just going to go over everything for how to do monitor TV puppetry. Although most of the people here like are stage puppeteers, I hope.
Sure.
Want to train the people here to do more stage puppetry. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's applicable to both, I think. So,
And
sorry.
absolutely, I think bringing a puppet to life has got those same basic principles in it. The
Yeah,
focus and the weight and the breath.
exactly.
Um, but I know that TV puppetry really is quite a specialized art form in relation to stage puppetry.
Getting that
They've
live.
as much as there are similarities, there are some quite big differences. Yeah, especially in the actual mouth movement, which I've
Exactly.
never yet managed to get right.
Yeah.
Um,
And me either. We're keeping that class size small, like only 15 people, because we want it to be a small, intimate experience. And the same with the festival, actually. We have
oh right,
5 instructors coming. Liz Hara is going to teach writing. Vanessa Valier is going to teach developing a puppet show, I think.
yeah.
And Miss Pussycat is going to teach dancing, prancing puppets. And then Pam Corcoran is teaching needle felting puppets, and Kat Pleviak is teaching shadow puppetry, creating a
How
shadow puppet book.
fantastic.
And then we have
How
Friday night
fantastic.
performances, and Saturday afternoon we're doing a free public community event day again. Neda Azadi is gonna perform You Have Arrived at that show, and Story Hour Improv is gonna perform Friday night. It's all on the website because I'm forgetting everything.
No, no, no. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you for remembering as much as you do. I can't remember dates, including my own birthday. Or at least I try and forget my birthday. um, what's the phrase that springs to mind is "I am older than I ever intended to be." But it's been wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for joining us,
Welcome.
and thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I know lots of people go, no, you cannot see my studio. It's in such a mess. So thank you for not clearing up,
Okay.
especially
Love sharing my mess.
for doing this. And it's wonderful to see um, all the storage boxes and things behind you,
Yeah.
because I think we almost all live with storage boxes, and finding somewhere to put them is a major mission. So it's nice to see yours. Most of yours don't have lids, but you've actually got shelves
Yeah.
that you can actually store them on. If I
Starting
want
to use
something that's in the
lids.
bottom box, if I want something in the bottom box, I've got to remove all the other boxes in
Yeah.
order to get to the bottom box. And usually they're too heavy by the time I've got to number three. I'm like, okay, fine.
Do you want to see the
I give
creepy
up.
hand puppets?
Yes.
So good. My brother bought these back from England like 25 years ago,
Yes.
and I can't find any information about them. And by the way, my mom made this for me when I was the littlest Billy Goat Gruff in first grade. So
Oh,
that was
sweet
the beginning of
man.
my puppetry journey, and then I put it aside for like 5 years. Now I just like to build. So this is like what they're called, and I've only got two of them.
Mm. Oh my goodness.
I know they're like little squishy things. I think the story goes that a cathedral was bombed and then they found drawings like this hidden in the wall. And so they made these puppets. My brother gave them to me to give to my then 2-year-old, and I'm like, nope.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. It's one way to guarantee that they'll be in therapy for the rest of their life. Um,
If anybody has any information on those, like I'm just curious about.
it looks like it's like a gargoyle
Yes.
look. So that does make sense that it came from a cathedral. And I'm going to say thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you for helping us raise money, which is terrific. And I'm going to move over to Michael Lammonson, and who is our treasurer on the board, and he is busy at the moment doing a parade build, which is fantastic. In Baltimore, they've got a parade coming up, and apparently, we've earned enough money for me to change my T-shirt and remove all of this very hot paraphernalia. Very simple things to make. At some point, anybody wants to know how, more than happy to teach you. Okay, so whilst we are with Michael, I'm going to change my clothes. Michael, are you there? No. This is like moving over to this, and now we go live to our reporter at, and they're not there. Doing anything live is a nightmare, and to do this for 3 hours, I cannot possibly tell you how much work has gone into this with Heidi and Sarah putting this together. Mel is helping us on the tech, which is really lovely. And I said we're still waiting for Michael. I can see that he's here in my list, but I don't know if he is live or can actually hear me. If he can't, going once, Michael. He's not here. Heidi's saying he's not here. Okay, so we're going to move on. As I said, I'm going to change my T-shirt. That I am not going to do on live TV. So if you will excuse me for a second, please hum to yourselves. Hum, 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 hum. Go change that shirt. Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Da da da. I'm going in a minute. Okay. Next up. Oh, Michael's entered the waiting room. Somebody's going to let him in. It's fantastic. Come in, Michael. Come in, Michael. Come in, Michael. Calling Michael. Can you hear me? Michael. Hello, Michael. Michael. Hello! We can't hear you. You're on mute. No. Okay, look, we're not getting a sound from you. You're still on mute. Try it now. No, Michael, we can't hear you, unfortunately. I tell you what. I understand that what you're creating at the moment is a parade workshop. Oh, you've been muted by the host. Ooh, how nasty. That's vicious. Who's hosting? I think it's Heidi. I think Heidi, you're the host at the moment. Would you mind unmuting Michael if you can?
Michael should be unmuted.
Michael should be unmuted. Michael is not muted. Not by the host.
Michael's on his. Michael, check the microphone settings on your Zoom and make sure that you're just like Alex said.
Isn't it weird? It's one of those things that you can't tell whether somebody's muted or not muted until they actually say something.
Alex, you want to go?
Sound technicians. Oh!
Is this better?
Yes! Hello!
Hold on. I'm trying to get unmuted. Okay, now.
We can hear you. We have liftoff.
Okay,
the Eagle has landed.
Wow. It's been a rough weekend.
You said. Yeah, I mean, just run us through all the stuff that that's been happening this weekend.
Well,
You started on Friday night with something, didn't you?
Yes, it started with a Black Cherry performance in a Baltimore Park on Friday evening. Fantastic. And then yesterday we had our Puppet Slamwich at the Current Space, which is a beautiful outdoor performance garden. We had about, probably about 350 people there.
Wow.
And we were visited by Sarah Bourne. No, I'm sorry. Thomas. Sarah Bourne in spirit.
Ah, bless you.
Yeah, it was a fun day. And today we have a build here at the theater. It's a parade build. And, you know, I'd love to walk through it. Now, what's really weird is you can hear me from my phone. The only
Yes.
thing I can hear is from my laptop. So
Gotcha.
I'm still trying to troubleshoot a little
Don't
bit.
worry. Don't worry. I'm going to turn off my sound and my camera so that I can change my t-shirt. If you wouldn't mind taking over and just talking people through as
Yeah.
you wander around.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to wander around and show things off, and hopefully I won't screw up the technical stuff.
I'm sure you
But,
won't. And then when you come back to the computer, we'll see you then. Just yell
but
and say I'm
anyway,
back.
yeah, you all were talking about a organized studio. Let me just show you how organized parts of Black Cherry is. Here is the upstairs studio. And we have, let's see, some marionettes hanging down there and just mountains and mountains of stuff. So I'm just going to wander down to the theater part where people were in their build. And if things don't go the way we plan, just cut me off and do something fun. So here's the Black Cherry shop, and wave Ursula. Say hello. Ursula's taking a break here in the shop. More of Black Cherry's special organizational system. And now for a total sensory overload, we are walking into Black Cherry's theater where the build is taking place.
Oh, hold on.
And we're gonna
10 years in the military.
Hold on. Just saying.
we're gonna say hello to Valeska.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, National Capital Puppetry Guild Toy Theater Festival fundraiser.
Can you explain what's happening here in the theater?
We've got a full house. We have people painting and paper macheing, trying to finish vegetable puppets for our stone soup that we're making next week as part of the community parade at the Sowebo Festival. And this is now probably our 6th year of doing a much larger build for the parade, maybe the 5th year. And yeah, this year's theme is stone soup. It was inspired by loam, thinking about soup as a potential theme. And then we brainstormed together and came up with the idea of stone soup, the idea of everybody contributing something to make something that's more nourishing for everyone. And yeah, we have people that have been returned puppet build, parade build folks for many years, and some folks that have never been here before. And yeah, we only have one more build Tuesday night, and then the headdress making on Saturday of next
Oh,
week.
yes. And let's explain what the headdress making is if people can make it to do it.
Yes, so it's going to be from 12 to 4 on Saturday. It's the day before the festival.
That would be the 23rd.
The 23rd of May. And what we do is we make materials available for people to make headdresses predominantly out of painted cardboard. We're inviting themes related to the vegetable parade or the vegetable soup, and but people make all kinds of wonderful creations, and we have volunteers here to help people make their headdresses. And then some people, if they're able to come to the parade, will wear them in the parade, and others who can't come to the parade, leave them for others who join us that day to wear. So
Right. And the parade is on the 24th at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock during the Sweet Bohemian Festival
yes,
here in Baltimore.
yes.
So it's a really fun festival to come to. And I think I'm going to take a little walk around and show you some of the stuff that people are working on. So some people may push me away if they don't want to be filmed, but we'll just kind of play it by ear. All right. Bye-bye, Weska. Do we show off the corn?
We did show off.
Okay, let's look at the corn again. I love, this is one of my favorite ones because I like corn a lot. It's like my main diet. Oh, the husk. Here's the corn husk and process.
It's going to be the mama, the adoptive corn mama.
The corn
Mama.
The baby.
All right, so there we have the whole corn. Let's see what other, oh, okay, let's come over here and
Sorry,
if, you know, if you are making soup, you need a big pot, and the pot is basically the community. But any good soup has to be stirred. So over here, we have the spoons. And another, actually Guild and Puppeteer, Chuck Nessie is painting away. And how about a garlic puppet? I just flipped the paintbrush. Garlic, and what's that green thing, Dad?
It's bok choy, but it doesn't have the leaves on it.
Bok choy without leaves.
Garlic made by Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa made the garlic. Can we see that face? Let's take a close up of that face on that. That's right. Cool. Yeah, there we go. The garlic parade puppet and the bok choy that does not have its leaves yet. And luckily that paintbrush was on paper. Let's see what some of the other people are doing. So I'm trying to gracefully walk around puppets and stuff. Yeah. So give me a minute to walk. Let's talk about the process a little bit. So making these puppets, first thing we're going to need, it's okay, I can get around it. First thing we're going to need is an idea, of course, and then maybe some sketches. But the basic armature structure is just strips of cardboard that's been stapled together, and then it gets paper mache'd. And I'll get over to the paper mache tables in a few minutes and try not to trip over anything here or flip any more paintbrushes.
And this.
Yep. So, okay, can I video you guys? So let me come around, trying to get a good picture of the paper macheing in process here. And what's this vegetable?
So it's gonna be a pumpkin, or it is a pumpkin. That's so funny. And then eventually I'm gonna also pick out the inside and have the guts filling out.
Ducks?
Guts.
Oh, guts, pumpkin guts. I thought you said ducks. Ducks coming out of a pumpkin, but no, let me see those seeds. Let's see those seeds there. There we go, pumpkin seeds.
Reused from some of the like tomato plants around.
Right.
Yeah.
So everything that is being used here is repurposed materials. It's even the bamboo rods. Somebody cut down an invasive lot of bamboo, so we got the rods from that. But here you can see the structure that's been stapled together. And if I can just turn around and look at, so the paper mache, we layer different layers. Here we're using rosin paper that's been crumbled and soaked in water, and then a white, you're using a white glue mix with this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a white glue mix. And then it's just attached to a bamboo rod. Let's see some of the other, thank you guys. Let's see some of the other vegetables and stuff. Here's a cool one. So guys, can I interrupt? We're doing a simulcast with the National Capital Puppetry Guild. And yeah, there you are. Here's me.
Is there somebody else on the other side working on the lotus?
No, that's you. Can you, okay, so we have a lotus here. Hi, can you talk about the lotus a little bit? What do you say about a lotus?
Chinese, probably other cultures too, but
Okay.
I just live.
So
I don't know what
no,
to
that's
say.
okay. Yeah, and I didn't even tell these guys that we're recording, so it's they're really good sports here. But one of my favorite ways to get out of uncomfortable situations is just talking about process.
Yeah.
So we have, again, instead of the strips, they faced it with just a cardboard sheet that then they're paper macheing. Now, are these going to stay open?
Yeah.
Doing it? And where's the rod go into that? Is that this piece? Yeah. So let me see if I can.
Here.
Engineer. All right. We have an argument about who is the engineer, but we have, it's a collaborative engineering process. And you guys are you MICA students?
No.
No, you were. So Micah alumni, there's a lot of here in Baltimore within the puppetry scene. Maryland Institute, Micah is a big part of it. So we have a lot of former students and maybe one or two students. So walking around a little bit. Oh yeah, here's another cool one. Pasta. You need pasta in your soup.
Doesn't like some carbs and yeah, you need a noodle soup.
So, and what is this? It's a bow tie, right? Bow tie.
Farfalle, which means butterfly. Well, we call it bow tie.
Bow tie.
It should be a butterfly. It's whatever you want.
Come to Black Cherry and you learn about everything. Thank you. And let's see, over here is another, what's our vegetable here?
We got a zucchini, a very lumpy zucchini.
Lumpy zucchini. You know, I had zucchini in my omelet this morning.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, it was good. So here's our zucchini, and again, the process. This is let's see the paper laid out here. So this is just the wet rosin paper that's been soaked in water, and then we have a. Can you just tilt this up? We have a white glue mix that then they'll paint that on to attach it all. All right. Moving around here, let's see some other things in process.
We can make a
It may look like chaos, but it is. So we have more. Let's see. What's going on at this table? Hey, here's Nicole, another guild member and organizer, and Nicole is chair of Black Cherry's board, no less. So technically, she's my boss. So what's going on here? We're talking about process.
Mixing paper mache by tearing some strips of the rosin. We're soaking them in water. We're giving them a good squish to get them softened up so that they'll follow the curves of the puppet. And when people need more, we grab a lot of them like this.
So yeah, this is cool. Just a big bucket of paper scraps. Now this is actually, I said we were repurposing everything.
Table paper.
Aha, there we go. This is actually the table that we cover these tables with paper. What happened to all the hot glue that was stuck on it? It's in here? Oh, cool.
Once we
Okay.
take our handful and we squish them, we pull them out, stick them in newspaper.
Oh, look at this.
We roll it on. We give it a so it's actually always on the bench. And then we take it out. Then you have your strips of simulated food leather, which are great for putting on your paper mache.
This is a new one on me. I would just go like this and have I would just go like this and then have a big pulpy mess.
Yeah.
But this looks really organized. So and it's really funny. We were talking about process in a previous build, and somebody explains their process and says, "Isn't that right, Mike?" When I go, "No, I do it a totally different way," and that's how here we have a totally different way. Whatever works, works. And we have let's see, is that another lotus? So we have more than one lotus. I guess we have three, what we call them low ties. And is this a squash of some sort? Yeah, I got the zucchini. Yeah, let's see.
It's amazing and a carrot.
Okay, so we're gonna walk around, look at things, but in the line of sweetly organized studios and workspaces, let's look at this organizational system. It's kind of neater than mine though, isn't it? So let's check out what's happening at this table. Oh, here's one of my other favorite puppets that's happening here. What do you guys, can I videotape you guys? I'm sorry. We're doing a simulcast. Is that okay? Okay. Can you explain what you're doing here? What is this? What is this? It's a
The pieces that are gonna go inside of it. And so we're waiting for these to dry right plans.
So these are gonna go in here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna come around to this side. So we have peas in a pod, so to speak. It's a pea pod. Okay. And they're gonna go in here and will you just carry it or is it gonna go on a rod? So it's gonna be up in the air. Cool. All right, well, thank you for such a good description. And this puppet is pretty much finished with the paper mache. So let me get some close-ups of
Don't forget the inside.
the inside. Yeah, so you can let me get it zoomed in there. I'm like the world's worst cameraman. And you can't really see it because of the light. Let's see if we tilt it down. Well, anyway, it's the same lattice that I was talking about that's made out of cardboard. Let's see. We got one more table of builders. Oh, is this a potato?
Yeah.
All right. So every soup. Oh, here. Why don't you come over here and talk about it?
Because the paper was already brown.
But it does have some paint on it. I love the eyes. Who did the eyes? Did you do the eyes? You wrote on them? Kate did the eyes. Okay, cool. Can I talk to you guys? What are you doing here? Is that okay? Is there okay? Okay. So can you explain what you guys are doing over here? Okay, hold on. Well, wait. You're first, then you. Okay. Oh, yeah, because I can only do one at a time. Small camera.
Making tomato. Just face is gonna see about it. Like just I tomato was just like that. No, just one more. And
Oh yeah, because it's a stone soup. Yeah, so there's stones in the soup, and it's an angry tomato.
wait, what?
I thought you said it was an angry tomato.
Yeah, it was
Or mad tomato. Okay. All right. Now I got a question for you because you, my friend, are doing one of my favorite things with paper mache. What are you doing with your hands right now? You are, but you know what? My favorite part is peeling the glue off your fingers. Isn't that fun? Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts. Okay, let me see what else we have going on here.
Michael, can you hear me?
What's this one up here? Wait a minute, let me see if I got it. Okay, it's a carrot. What color is the carrot gonna be? Orange. Is it? And oh, what's that on top? What are these things hanging up here on top? Okay, those are the what? Okay. Oh, the hands. The hairs. Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. Okay. And then we have also these guys aren't working. You're not working on this one, right? We have another carrot here. So I think, let's see, I think we pretty much. Okay, a special appearance by the green onions all the way in the back. All right, so let's check out the green onions and the other tomato.
Michael,
So
I don't know if you can hear
I had a
me.
show Friday that we had to figure out how to rehearse in here. But that's another story. So here's two more really cool puppets. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it to Nicole here, and I'm sorry, your name? I'm Simone. Simone, Nicole and Simone. Here,
My aunt at Zach's house is a project.
okay, let me get some close-ups of the green onion here. What? There we go.
See, it's two of them, but this one's not that eyes yet.
Uh-huh. And you're hot gluing those on?
Yeah.
And then this is one of the most animated puppets, I believe.
Tomato.
And Nicole is really having a lot of fun.
And I like these little arms. Little vine. Big old nose out.
Oh, sorry. Yes, all this great company did we have today? How did we not have a good time?
It's a quiet green onion.
Yeah.
All right.
Ladies and gents,
No,
I'm sorry. I'm afraid we're going to have to cut Michael off, otherwise we're going to run
All
short
right.
on time. But yay to Black Cherry. When Michael gets back to his computer, he'll be able to hear us. I've got so many questions I want to ask, but it's really really wonderful to see that kind of community involvement, and all of the different styles and techniques. I love it when Michael said, how do you do something? And somebody says, oh, no, I don't do it like that. I do it like this. And I think that really explains us all. I think there are as many different techniques for puppetry as there are puppeteers. Heidi Rugg sent me this, which she says is the super duper stapler for making puppets, and I agree, it's absolutely brilliant. She apparently walked into the post office, because she sent me this by post, with it like up in her arm saying, it's not a gun, I'm going to put it in this box and we're going to post it to Africa. Okay, it's a stapler. And I think that's quite important. Okay, we had $10 came through for a new shirt. Undiagnosed, but something ain't right. And I kind of think that describes most puppeteers. Anyway, I'm not quite sure. We're moving on to Sarah. I want to say a huge thank you to Michael. Apparently, don't say staple gun in the post office because the only word they hear is gun. So say stapler. Okay. A huge thank you to Michael and everybody that's working there. That looks absolutely amazing. I love the production line. It's going really, really well. The next thing we have up is Rachel Gates. And she's going to show us some of her hand puppets and how she creates them. And guess what? I'm looking for your money. We do have a video queued up. So whilst we're waiting for another $30, okay, I'm looking for another $30 to look at Rachel's hand puppets, glove puppets. I'm not quite sure what you describe them as in America. They are what I know as hand or glove. So Michael's saying he's lost his video feed. Thank you, Michael. Sorry, we had to stop. We had to cut short and move on. We do apologize, but fantastic work that's going on there. And thank you for showing us. I love the spectrum of age. That's just absolutely brilliant. From little E's to big E's to very big E's, which is really, really nice. So thank you for that. And thank you for taking us on a tour of Black Cherry. So we're going to show another video now from Roro. And whilst we're doing that, we would like to get another $30. Okay, $2, $5, $10, $20, whatever you'd like to donate. Please, 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 please dig deep so that we can have a look at Rachel and her glove puppets. So here we go with another video. Again from Roro Arts.
In youth when I did love, methought it was very sweet to contract, oh, the time for my behove, oh, methought there was nothing meet. But age with his stealing steps hath clawed me in his clutch, and hath shipped me into the land, as if I had never been such. A pickaxe and a spade, for and a shrouding sheet, oh, a pick of clay for to be made, for such a guest is meet. That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once. Beauty, wit, high birth, vigor of bone, desert and service, love, friendship, charity, are subjects all to envious and calumniating time. Till death my bones with dust shall cover. Come away, death, fly away, breath, where my bones shall be thrown, rattling bones with reeky shanks and yellow chapless skulls. Fill all thy bones with aches. The good is oft interred with their bones, virtue's steely bones. And nothing we can call our own but death, and that small model of barren earth, which serves as paste to cover our bones. Let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories of the death of kings. Where be your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table a-roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning. Boop. The dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose burn no traveller returns, puzzles the will. The heartache and the thousand natural shocks that the flesh is heir to. How long will a man lie i' the earth ere he rot? I have a bone to pick with fate. Row, row, row your skull gently through the graveyard. Poop.
Oh, sorry for that. We're trying to get Rachel on the line, and we don't seem to be able to at the moment. I'm not quite sure why. We are trying to send her the link, which we thought she already had. I was busy trying to do it on my cell phone, and unfortunately, of course, my computer has now decided to reload. Don't you love technology? All this stuff, it was supposed to make life easier. Yeah, right. Okay, so in the meantime, I would like to just remind you again, okay, that the second annual Toy Theatre Festival is going to be happening in Baltimore on the 11th of August. The 11th of August, okay, and that's going to be hosted by Black Cherry. Michael was speaking about one of the venues that they were performing in on Friday night, and I think that's one of the venues that's going to be involved in the festival. So it's going to be one of those. I say it's going to be a festival of toy theatre, and we hope that you're going to love it, and we hope that you're going to be able to support it. So those of you in the Baltimore area, please go along and see what's happening. We have, while we're trying to get Rachel onto the line, we've got. Sorry, yes, it's in Current Space. And Limondo. Okay, so Current Space and Limondo, which apparently are walking distance from each other, so you can find somewhere to park and then move from one to the other. I've had a message come through which said something else was lined up, but I'm sorry I wasn't fast enough to read it. Dyslexics rule KO. So if Heidi or whoever sent it to me, I think it might have been either Heidi or Sarah. Could you please send me the message? You say you've got something lined up for us, which sounds fantastic. Let's start an auction. Can you just let us know what it is? Oh, okay. The auction. I'd forgotten all about this. The auction is a 3-hour mentorship with me, basically. So what we're looking for is various bids. If we could start at $50, I'm gonna say my normal fee for an hour is around $50 to $150, depending on who I'm working with, whether it's a professional company, whether it's an amateur performer. And what I do is I assist you in developing your storyline, how you're going to operate, etc., etc. So this is a discount version, okay, of that. So it's for 3 hours of Zoom time, not in one full slot. You can do it in an hour, you can do 30 minutes, you can have time to prep, etc., etc., etc. Have time to think about what you want to do and how you want to do it. I can give you homework. I can assist you, I can mentor you, and I can accompany you through that process. So we're starting at $50, and if anybody would like to start that bidding, so we're going, while we're waiting to get Rachel, if we can get Rachel on the line, let's start the bidding on that. Okay, so going once, going twice for $50. Trust me, I'm worth it. You can ask several people. Lots of people in NCPG and beyond have used me to do assisting work with them. Sometimes it's not necessarily just puppetry. I'm also a qualified coach and a qualified counselor. So, and it's quite interesting to see how sometimes puppetry moves in these different directions and follows personal stories, things that you would like to explore, things that are from your past that you don't want to explore, but you think you should. So there's all kinds of different ways that we can approach and look at. So if we can start the bidding at $50, this was the amount that was suggested to me, and we can go from there.
We have $50 from Heidi Rugg.
Wow. Thank you, Heidi. That's really, really generous of you. Thank you so, so much. So we've got
Put your bids in the
$50.
chat. Yeah, put your bids in the chat or email nationalcapitalpuppetryguild@gmail.com with your bid.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for letting us know. And while that is happening, we're also bidding to get $30 together to get Rachel, so we can bring Rachel online. Is Rachel lined up yet? Do we have her? Has she managed to get the link?
We're working on it.
We're working on it. That's good. Working on it is always useful. Doing these live things, technically very difficult. And again, I would love to say a huge, huge thank you to Sarah B and to Heidi R for doing their thing. Sarah Bourne and Heidi Rugg, working currently on opposite sides of America. So the connections, even within America, can be difficult. But what's really interesting is that NCPG since 2020, since COVID, has become, I think, probably the most international puppetry guild, certainly in the States. We have members in UK, in Africa, in America, all over Europe,
South
and that's
America.
really fantastic. So so it's really really nice to know that people are being supported by NCPG and supporting NCPG. We do have Rachel, and she's with us, and we're hoping now to get 30 bucks. 30 bucks so we can get her online.
Hi.
Yep. 30
All right,
bucks
we can't
bid.
get you
30
online
bucks
yet,
bid.
Rachel. We need $30. We need
We gotta wait.
$30.
Hang on, Rach. Hang on, Rach. We gotta get 30 bucks to get you on in place. You're nearly there. We are nearly there.
The bidding for Peter's 3 hours is up to $90.
Wow. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
I'm going to
And
say that Claire says she's in the UK and works with her British guilds, but she still loves the NCPG best.
Yay! It's so lovely that Claire is with us. Claire has a company called Broken Puppet, and if you haven't looked at their website, please do. Claire operates. She is differently abled, and she works a lot with people who are differently abled in a whole variety of different ways. Puppetry for physical illness, mental illness, puppets that operate in their own time frame, productions that operate in their own time, and different processes that allow people to do what they can, when they can, for the duration that they can. And that's really an interesting set of work. In fact, we must do a chat at some point with Claire, because I think there's a members meeting there that I think would be really really useful for people across the world to have a look at. So we're still waiting to get some more money in order to get Rachel online. I think we're nearly there. I think we need about another $5 or so in order to get Rachel with us for a quick chat about hand puppets, glove puppets. I don't know what do you call them in America? I know them as glove puppets because they literally sit on your hand like a glove. And of course, there's a whole variety of different ways. There's sort of the Czech way where the head is here and the arms are here. There's another way like so.
It depends.
Oh,
It
apparently
depends who
it's
you
both.
ask, really.
Oh, really? Does it
Yeah,
depend on what?
because most people call them hand puppets, but
Yes.
then some people will call a hand and mouth puppet a hand puppet. It just depends upon who
Right.
you're asking. We also call them glove puppets. If you said hand puppet, I would think you meant like a Punch and Judy style glove puppet.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's my type of definition of it, certainly.
okay, and then
As opposed.
Claire would like you to know. Claire says, "I'm disabled, Peter. You can say it. It's not a dirty word."
Thank you, Claire. Political correctness is difficult. And here in Africa, Heidi Rugg has just put down a message saying, Peter is not afraid of dirty words. True. But I'm trying not to use them because this is a family-friendly show. And NCPG is a family-friendly connection and organization. So thank you.
I need one donation, any amount, and we can bring Rachel on. Claire also says the Inclusive Puppetry Alliance is launching new resources shortly with an entirely new approach to accessibility and inclusion for the puppet sector that is UK based. Very happy to come chat. Thank you, Claire.
Wonderful, Claire. Thank you. I say in UK, politically correct to say disabled. In Africa, differently abled is the correct politically correct terminology. So please consider no disrespect, none meant, and I hope none taken. I know there isn't. But the organizations that Claire runs are really, really great. Look them up on the website. She's doing some amazing work. Yes, Sarah, sorry.
Okay, so the bidding for 3 hours with Peter is at $90. Do I have anything higher than $90? Please put it in the chat. And I need I need a donation of any amount to bring Rachel Gates on. Please make a donation at nationalcapitalpuppetry.org so we can hear Rachel Gates tell us about puppets.
Rachel, I'm hoping that you've possibly got some of your photographs loaded up. I'm not quite sure if you can share, but I'm sure we can try and organize that.
We can make Rachel share.
That'd
I
be
need a
wonderful.
donation.
We need a donation.
I need a donation of
We
any
need a
amount.
donation. Sarah and I doing a duet. That's a little scary. Anyway,
It
well,
is a
Sarah
little
can sing, I
scary.
can't.
That's very cute that you said that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, I spent years working in musicals, and one one director once said to me, "You know, you've got the most fantastic voice for musicals." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, you don't sing." And I said, "No, I don't." He said, "But the characters that you play sing." And I thought that was really, really interesting. It was like, thank you. That's a huge compliment that you've immersed yourself into the character, and therefore the character itself can do what it needs to do. So, you know, you're playing President Roosevelt in Annie or whatever, and you're not singing. You're singing the way that Roosevelt would have sung, or the way you imagine he would have sung. So that's great. We're going to go and try for $100 for the 3 hours with me, and we are waiting for $5
You're
bid
waiting. Yeah,
to get
$5 and we can
Rachel
see
on.
Rachel.
To get Rachel on. So $5 is all we're looking for. $5 more, and then we can have Rachel on to discuss glove hand puppets with us, the construction methods, and a little bit about how they operate, because they're quite a different form of puppetry to a lot of what the rest of us do. So it'd be quite an interesting little conversation. Also, Rachel has a puppet pattern for the glove that she physically makes for her puppets, and I've seen the way in which they operate is. We all think of a glove puppet pattern as very simple, and this isn't a complicated pattern at all, but it suits very much the style of glove puppetry beautifully, and seems to work really, really well. And that pattern will go to the person who puts in the next bid that allows us to get Rachel online. So that's a little giveaway. Will be the next bid that gets us to get Rachel online. So we're looking for $2, $3, $4, $5. Dig deep, folks, dig deep. I know I'm making you cough up, but it's all for a good cause. Please remember that everybody who is working on this today is doing so for the love of puppetry. Everybody is doing this so that we can get the Baltimore Toy Theatre annual event to become exactly that, a real annual event, so that every year we will be able to explore and look at different forms of toy theatre and how it has evolved over the years, and how much it's going to to bring 2 small productions. We're still waiting for 1 donation. Just 1 donation. Give us a buck. Somebody give us a buck and you get a pattern. That's good going. 1 buck brings us a conversation with Rachel, a little show and tell, and a pattern. While we're talking about this, June the 6th. On June the 6th, I'm doing a workshop.
Hey, Peter.
Yes.
Lynn gave us a donation, but tell us about your workshop on June 6th.
Okay, very, very, very quickly. On June the 6th, I'm going to be... Congratulations, June. Thank you so, so much. We really appreciate it. And that pattern will be sent to you by email. Okay. On June 6th, I'm doing a 5-hour workshop on suitcase theatre. How to build a suitcase theatre. Suitcases here are designer items. They're used by interior designers all the time, and therefore elderly suitcases are very, very expensive. So I'm going to show you how to make a suitcase theatre out of a cardboard box. I'm going to be using a very small one just for demonstration purposes. The one that I use normally is quite big. What makes this different from a regular suitcase theatre is that it has a proscenium arch, and therefore by definition becomes a toy theatre. Okay, so that's coming up on June the 6th, and that's going to be for 5 hours, but hopefully by the end of it you will have a basic construction that you can then decorate and work with from there. Okay, so we're moving on to say hi to Rachel.
Hi.
Madam Gates, hello.
Somebody, oh, start my video? Okay.
That's the one.
Wow.
Hello.
Maybe my identity has been stolen and...
No, you're there, you're there. How are you?
I'm okay. Am I on mute or can you hear me?
No, I can hear you clearly. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Not at all. And so we're a little bit late from what we've said it was going to be. But
I'm here for the whole time anyway.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Rach, tell us a little bit about how you began and how you got involved in puppetry.
I sent pictures to you because they're fun, but I don't have them set up to show.
Oh, okay.
I don't navigate my computer very well, which is, I didn't say anything, but that's why I sent the images to you. So
okay.
Some other time. Nancy and Bob Brownstone, I only just recently found out, if any of you know Ed Hose or have heard of Ed Hose. I don't know the present Ed Hose, but I'm older than them, and I was assisting Nancy and Bob, and she was in the same. They were in the same class, and with it, so things have changed, and I didn't recognize them, but I just found out that I knew them a long time ago, and so Nancy and Bob, they loved theater. I was not doing very well socially in school, and my mother thought doing a puppet workshop would be good, and it was really good. My dad's a sculptor, my mom has a theater, so it just all came together, I think. So, and yeah, I've talked about my past probably too much about how I've but I got this monkey when I was 2, a stiff puppet, and that's another beginning. And when I was, I think I was about 9 or something, and I was at the YMCA, and Nancy gave me a booth to rehearse because I was and there was a little kung fu class of, I don't know, they must have been 12 or 15-year-old boys, and one of them came. Was my puppet, and I was working with him, and one of the boys came and looked down and said, "Hey, it's just a little girl in there." And then I felt so proud of myself that he thought that I was, I guess, an adult man or whatever he thought. But yeah, he was surprised that it was me. But yeah, so
That's fantastic. Do you have? So I'm very interested that you say you got that monkey puppet when you were 2.
2 years old.
Oh, how wonderful! It's
Yeah,
it's so
it's a
interesting
hand
how
puppet,
people.
and if you do this, the his neck is a corn cob. His neck is a corn cob.
Oh my goodness!
So so that's 1969. They were still making corn cob throats, I guess.
It's fantastic. But I mean, you've made hundreds of glove puppets over the years. Yes.
I love making them, and I love teaching making them, and I owe a lot of how I make them to Nancy and Bob. I started off in a way doing her workshop, with permission, and I did end up tweaking it. I did learn things along the way, so, um, uh, and some things I was doing, but I didn't, like Nancy always told us to rip the paper, and we used to do sort of, she would say if it's a triangle it'll go over the curve better, but it's easier to rip the squares, and that's what I normally did. Sometimes I'd do long skinny strips, and but there was also, I met somebody that showed me, I used to think all the strength was in the glue,
Yes.
and I eventually learned that the strength is not the glue as much as it's the fibers crossing. And when I was in Portland, there was a very fine mask maker. You would have loved the owl mask. A lot of people here would have loved his owl mask that he made. It was just gorgeous. But he just so when I'm doing mache at this point, I usually have a dry hand and a glue hand, and then I like this paper, like from Amazon, that's super thin. I think you like making instant puppets out of this too, right?
I do indeed.
Yeah,
I love it.
and I do and then just dip a little in and spread it and get 3 layers, and then some other puppet differences would be Bob Hartman, who I wish everybody here could see. I wish we could get him over as a guest or something like that. He had some hand puppets, and this hand puppet, I don't think that I don't think that people can see. Let me see if I can see I can't get in there. Well, Bob was bothered by the hand puppet not looking proportional and being like a little
Yes.
wonky on both sides. So he made a tube that goes over this hand, and then there's a wire that goes in the front of these 2 fingers so that you could move the head that way.
Gotcha.
And then these were, the hands, and then you could really have where the hand was be more the elbow, and imagine
Yes.
like a arm going up there. So she's a little wonky because I also couldn't get her tail to stand up straight. So she takes longer than she should to get on for a show, because I have to put her on, and then I also have to Velcro my wrist. I have to Velcro my wrist for her tail to stick up. So yeah, she takes too much time, and then.
But it's interesting that each and every puppet has its own idiosyncrasies. There's all they all operate differently, and that they all assemble differently. So that's
And
interesting.
they all have like their different characters, and I'm discovering more and more how much I like props. One of my when I the film things, one of the ones the only one I led was on objects and props. And so right now, I'll show you the current issue. This is very current. This is, I'm pleased with, this is a prince, the prince's body. I've cut this. I'm going to put like more thin lace, something. It gives him like a broader look, but then it will also be able to squish. I am actually not going to keep the head that I had. You can't see him how he used to look. I used I used cheerleader plastic for his mustache, and he has a mohawk, like he had, so that the hair would be like full head, but I want him to be able to flip his hair to the side. I still want him to do that because that was part of his attitude.
Yeah.
But what I realized, so I I ended up buying 4 swords, because he needs a sword. It's in the script. It's very important. And I'm working on this scene where he uses his sword. And 3 of them are metal, and 1 of them is a very light plastic. So I got
Yes.
this. I got this. This is very light. This is like, this could break so easily, but it catches the light and it flashes, which is really nice. And when I do this, and I try and imagine this sword being down and then picking it up, I can't, I don't know if I have, I mean, I'll have to try it with the cardboard neck, but I think that it might make me have it put his head down. And I want his head to stay up, like with my hand, to have the head, I can make the head stand up. I can maneuver the sword better as without trying to have a tricky turn neck. I think I'll be able to be more realistic with the sword. This other one that's metal, it has heft. I have another one that's metal, and it's bigger, but this might be the first, this might be, so this is what I tried. I put this here, and this is just made for, I don't know, guys that want a cool metal keychain. And so this is like a little chain, but I could actually sew that to the side.
Yes.
And he could conceivably, if I had, I don't know if I'd use magnet and fishing line or what I would use, but I think he could have one hand resting on his sword, and then he could, I think, and these hands are not going to work because they're thick, and I can't hold on to the sword. So basically, I'm keeping his costume, but I'm going to take out his hands as well as his head, and I'm going to change it to one head, and I need him to be very dexterous with this sword. So that's what I'm working on. So
It's interesting. I'm watching you animate the sword, minus the puppet, because that allows us to see the process of what you've got to come up with in order to do it. And I also love the fact that there's that balance between what's practical and what's aesthetic.
yeah, exactly.
And choosing that is
is.
really tricky.
But I think that I'm gonna use stocking. I'm gonna use like tights for his hands and his, because I think that's the way that I'll have the best hold. And
Sure.
I will use magnets if I have to. This one I can maybe manipulate a little better, but this one I can hear a sound. I don't know if I was mic'd if people would hear that sound, but probably not. So
Sure.
I can't. I like the idea of it having a sheath, but I was envisioning a sheath, and then I also have to have a spot in the theater. At one point, he puts the knife into the ground, and I have to have a hole or something there to.
Block of polystyrene, darling.
What?
Block of styrofoam.
A lock of styrofoam?
A block of.
Oh, a block of, yeah, with a
Yes.
clip in it or something. Yeah, something like that.
Something it can stab into.
Yeah, maybe even a hole. I wouldn't mind making a slot or something in the stage.
Sure.
Yeah.
Rachel, your production, you manufacture heads, but you do it in a modeling clay. Is that correct? And then you papier-mâché over that?
I have done a mold before for a puppet, and when I think about possibly selling hand puppets, I think about having a mold for a face so that I can do that. But in general, like with the this fairy tale, I just use the paper clay. I use the regular paper mache, but then I want to have more detail. I'm probably going to redo all the faces of these puppets, but
Sure, sure.
But yeah.
You are too much of a perfectionist. You and Laurie are like this.
Yeah, I suppose.
You get it, and then you go, not quite. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for giving us your time and your expertise. It would be really lovely to do some work with you on glove puppetry, and maybe do a members meeting. I know that you have two things. You have Rhizome, which is on the first Saturday, if I'm correct, of every month, and that is based where?
It's in Tacoma, DC.
Yep.
So yeah, anybody can email me at any time if you want a project supported, if you want your work supported for next to nothing, if not nothing. This is how I contribute to the puppet community, but also take for myself the Rhizome Puppet Lab, and my email is rhizomepuppetlab@gmail.com, and then if you sent me an email, then I could give you the actual address, or just look up.
Terrific, thank you. And then the second is Rhizome, which happens on the second Saturday of every month, which is a Zoom meeting, normally with a theme, but we don't necessarily stick to it. It has a tendency to go off in all different directions, but it's a lot of improvisation, a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it to people. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. Thanks, and see anybody soon. Oh, and I didn't say anything about getting to the top. That was totally the computer. They put, like, next to my name, if you do something, you go to it's something I would never say. I just want people to know that the computer said that, not me.
Don't worry.
All right. On with the show. All right.
Love you lots. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. That was Rachel from Tacoma, DC, and as I say, Rhizome and Rhizome. We are running so late on time. I realize that it is 1, 2, 3. Oh, we've got about 5 minutes until we are up. We need 9 more donations.
Here, we've got another hour.
Have we? Oh, thank goodness. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong time zone.
Okay, we need 9 more donations of any amount to get Dino on screen. We got a donation of $20. We need $10 more to show you our next piece of programming. Also, the bidding for 3 hours with Peter is at $100.
Oh my goodness. Bless you. Thank you all so much. In the meantime, I need to take a little comfort break, which basically means I need to go and pee on a tree outside. It is Africa, what can I say? So if there's any possibility that Mel could either queue up.
Alex is gonna pop in. We're gonna get
Oh,
an Alex.
wonderful! That'd be terrific. Hey, Alex!
Hi, Peter. Hi, everybody.
Please tell us about where you are or where you've just been and what you've been doing. And don't make it fast because I do need to wee.
Oh, okay. Hey, you too. Take your time. Enjoy yourself.
See you shortly.
Okay, bye-bye. Hi, everybody. I'm Alex. I'm one of the members at large on the board here at National Capital Puppetry Guild. Sarah is out watching a friend do a recital today, so I'm home alone. We just got back from a really fun festival in Lisbon, in Portugal. It was our first time there. It was incredible. The people are so nice. The festival was so well organized. If you can make it out to Lisbon for the FIMFA festival any years, highly recommend. It's something that I'm prepping for right now is next week we're going to New York City, where they make the not El Paso salsa. And we're teaching a cardboard automata workshop at the Lincoln Center as part of their sort of create-a-thon series that they've been doing. So I've been trying to figure out a good kind of couple base models for cardboard automata. I've led a few automata workshops in the past, and I found that a lot of people really get stuck after you show them the basic mechanics. They're not sure how to create sort of a story out of it, or you know, the artistic part up top. They get sort of really interested in the mechanisms below, and then they kind of hit a roadblock. So this is one of the ones that I've created for the workshop. It's a wizard cat having a battle with a little wizard mouse. And as you turn, you can see the wizard mouse is losing. He's getting levitated and rotated in the air. And you can see really simply underneath the cardboard mechanics underneath that eccentric cam that's just a circle with an offset hole. And it not only raises and lowers the cam follower, but it also rotates it. And then there's a variation on that I just finished while I was watching this wonderful live stream that Peter's been hosting. And the variation on that is sort of the predecessor to that automata. This is two cat wizards holding their wand, and there's like a look left and right, back and forth mechanism. So he's nervously about to get zapped. And you can kind of see underneath two eccentric cams that are offset, and then a little bamboo rod here in the front that hits against the box, and that sort of acts as a limit, just like that. So I've been working on those. I'm going to laser cut out a bunch of parts before we head to New York next week to do that workshop.
That's absolutely brilliant. I know exactly what you mean. I love the cams and I love what you can do with them, but then I get stuck on the creative bit. I get stuck on the, okay, what could this be? And it's almost a case of starting with that idea, starting with what you want, and then moving back into how are you going to make it happen. But I know that that's not necessarily the way everybody works. Somebody was just asking, do you have problems with the cams slipping because they're cardboard? Is there anything that you do to the edge of the cams in order for that to stop that happening? I know obviously with the stopper, you want that to, you don't want the cam to get stuck to be constant in connection.
I've done a few different things. The biggest thing that I see when people have trouble with the cams just sliding against each other, it's usually because there's not enough weight on top, you know, because it's all gravity based. So even the weight of this cardboard figure and the weight of this cardboard cam follower is pressing down. And if you don't have enough friction, or you have too much friction keeping it from going down.
Move.
Let me
Yeah.
restate that. If you don't have enough friction between these wheels, it's going to slide.
Sure.
Something that can also happen, I've started using these little paper straws as like a bushing that's set in there. So that helps keep that vertical stick upright. Because if it's just going through the top of the box, it's going to go, all like that. But if you have like a paper straw that you can cut a bit off of, then all of a sudden you have, it's like a bushing, like a guide,
Yes.
So I'll cut a couple inches
That's
off
a
of that.
fantastic tip.
It's amazing. I love it.
How much of those are you needing? About a third of the straw?
I'd say like 2 inches, 50 millimeters. So not too much at all. And depending on the length of it also determines, how straight it is. Maybe something you want it to have a little bit of a wobble. So you could just do like, a 20 millimeter one or a 10 millimeter one, just enough that it keeps it from going too wild. And then also the size of your stick is gonna determine that. These are like 3/16 inch dowels, which fit like perfectly in a paper straw, where it's like there's almost no resistance, but also like a really fairly tight tolerance left and right wise.
Yes.
But if you use like a bamboo skewer, it's gonna be able to wobble around more and things like that.
As you said inches, I instantly grabbed my trusty tape measure that is in both. So, but then you instantly went into metric, and I thought, okay, I'm wondering whether that's teaching in Europe, that you've just come back with that constant shift between metric and imperial.
Yeah, not so much that as just like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Metric is better. Okay, you can kick me out of the country. Imperial makes no sense. Why isn't? Oh.
It always fascinated me. No, I mean you had the Boston Tea Party. You had everything to get rid of everything to do with Britain, and then you kept the bloody imperial system.
It makes
no
sense.
What the hell?
Right, and I spent so many years as a scenic carpenter, and you're constantly taking bigger measurements off of like plywood, and you're usually working with a partner and telling them to make a note on how much to trim something down. And it's like, okay, we're right now measuring at 1'2" and 11/16 inch, and we need to take it down by 1/16 of an inch. But you can't say 10/16. So it's like, oh my God, it drives me insane to have to switch back to imperial. I only use imperial when it's like feet and inches, like just because I grew up that way. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 5'9". I don't know how many meters or centimeters I am.
You're taller than me. That's that. I'm 5'8".
Okay.
In my stockinged feet.
So I'm 25 millimeters taller than you.
Absolutely, which is what I think is 120, 185 or something like that. I could never get my head around. Obviously I learnt metric in school and imperial in UK.
Yeah.
Only because they were still using things that are imperial. But when somebody talks about a fat quarter, as far as fabric is concerned and stuff like a fat quarter, have you ever come across that statement?
I have heard fat quarter in quilting. I don't know
if
that's
right. Yes.
I think that means it's like a quarter of a standard square, but also with hem, like seam allowance built in, maybe. But I'm not sure.
Okay, Michael's saying there's also a weight measure. And how do you measure weight? Do you measure in kgs or do you measure in pounds?
Oh gosh. I so rarely have to measure weight. Um uh they, I think the only times I've had to measure weight in the last couple of years are like if we're going on tour and we need to get the
Right.
luggage scale and we're like, okay, we have to be under 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And
Or it needs, or once you get to Europe, it's got to be like, okay, under 20 kgs or whatever it may be.
oh my gosh, Peter, we went to a festival in France. We went to the Charleville Festival, and it was fine
Yes.
going there. And then when we got to the Paris airport to go home, they had different rules. They also were weighing our carry-on bags, which we hadn't taken into account. And so they were like, "Oh, you're first of all, your checked bags. This one's too much," because we had packed it slightly differently. So we
Yes.
had to unzip the heavy one and move like 2 items over to the lighter one and then reweigh. And then now the lighter one was heavier and we'd have to move one single shoe over. We were like the worst tourists. And then they were measuring our checked bags, our carry-ons, right? And personal items. And they were like, that's too heavy. So we would just have to take out items and put them in our pockets because
Yep.
but like we're still bringing the same amount of weight on the plane.
The number of times I've had to literally take out sweaters and jackets and I mean I've walked onto the plane looking like the Michelin Man.
Oh yeah,
because I'm wearing so many clothes.
Yeah, and you're just sweating
because
profusely.
It's like, oh well, at least I'll lose weight.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. They almost didn't let Sarah bring her accordion on the plane coming back from I think we were coming back from Chicago or something. So it wasn't even international. They just said like, oh yeah, your ticket doesn't include a carry-on, so you have to check that. And it was just the accordion in a case, and they're gonna toss it around, and it's an antique accordion, and they wouldn't budge. And so we like asked somebody at the counter, and they said, well, here's what you can do. I'm not advocating for this, and you didn't hear it from me. Go to the gate and wait and like see if you can spot the flight attendants, because the flight attendants hang out at, kind of near the gate before they can get on the plane. So spot them and like be super sweet and just explain like, hey, this is what happened. Is there any way we can put this in like the flight attendant stowage, because they have their own special slots and they're not always full, or can we put it behind the jump seat or something? And luckily the flight attendants, like right when I started explaining, they were like, oh yeah, you're fine, like like the ticket gate people are so like, nope, that's the rule, you can't do it, impossible. And the flight attendants are like, hey, we're here for hospitality and customer service, like we'll make it work. So don't rely on that, because you could get screwed over. And
no, absolutely,
but it's always an option.
It's certainly a good tip, definitely a very good tip.
Yeah,
always be nice to the flight attendants,
even if you don't need anything. Just be nice to the flight attendants. They're working hard.
We are $10 away from having Roro again. Which is really, really wonderful. And apparently, I don't know if it's 9 bids or $9 away from.
I think it's 9 unique donations of any amount to get Dino to appear. And that could even be 50 cents. Or in euros, that's like
100.
Yeah, roughly 100 euros.
Give us 100 euros.
Yeah,
give us 100 euros. We can all
Don't
go
look at the
home.
conversion rate. Just say 100 euros to NCPG PayPal.
Yay! Alex, thank you so much for telling us about your trip. Thank you so much for letting me go for a quick pee.
Of course.
I really do appreciate it.
Yes.
Otherwise you'd have seen me just go.
Right.
for a little while as I turn my volume off.
Like a child in a pool. Yeah.
We always used to, when I was teaching, we always used to tell the kids that the pool had a special dye system in it, that if they weed in it, it would go purple.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So we'd know it was them.
We heard the same urban legend. Oh my gosh. Which, if you
Teachers
think
will
about
do
it, even
anything.
for 1 second, it's like, why? How would that even work? Like, I heard this hilarious thing where somebody had told her daughter, "Oh, I know when you're lying because your eyes change color. Like your eyes turn from blue to brown when you lie. So don't think you can lie." And so her daughter was young enough that it didn't stop her from lying, but anytime she would lie, she would cover her eyes so you couldn't see them change.
My sister used to believe that if she closed her eyes, you couldn't see her because she couldn't see you.
Yeah, that object
which
permanence.
I thought was wonderful.
Yeah,
and I think that's quite often a case with young people.
Yeah, that's why we realized there's like, if we do a show that has magic in it, there's sort of a lower limit where if they're too young, they're not impressed by magic because they don't have object permanence. Or it's like, oh, the ball was there and then it's gone. Okay, everything in my life is confusing. Like, I don't know what's what. Yeah, I'm figuring it out. You lied to me. Okay, I guess the world is a nonsensical place. Thank you.
Welcome to the world. Yes.
Yeah,
it is a nonsensical place, and it's always going to be that way.
Right.
So get used to the idea.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Hopefully we will meet Dino relatively soon. We're $8 away from Dino. It's only because I'm thinking about the next T-shirt I'm going to put on.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, I'll see if I can wake Dino up. He's sleeping. It looks like he's having a really vivid dream, so hopefully we'll hear about it. But he's
fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. Thanks, Peter.
Well, we'll see him in a little while, and in the meantime, we're going to watch another video from Roro. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for joining us. As Alex, one of the board members at large. I'm also a board member at large, except unfortunately I'm a large board member. Yeah, I need to lose weight. I wish I could, but it's nothing personal. This is my Demi Moore pose. For those of you that are old enough to remember the Vogue cover. Anyway, very quick announcement. We've got Roro coming up now, and then I'm going to tell you about something. I'm just going to say mysterious and interesting. Let's leave it at that. There we go. Okay, let's go to Roro. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Melissa. And thank you, Heidi, who are all running tech to make this all work. Okay, see you in a bit.
Happy Festivus, everyone! Right. I'll go first. Mel, you have to stop eating my shoes. And you, Big Bad, you're just as bad as she is. If anything, you're worse. You've eaten more shoes than she has.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. Absolutely everybody has to stop eating all my shoes.
Sorry.
Mel, you ate my hiking boots. I loved those boots. And Big Bad, you ate my sandals. I didn't really care about those shoes, but it's the principle of the thing. Stop eating all my shoes and my slippers and my dress shoes and my rain boots and my winter boots and all of my shoes. Everybody's got to stop eating my shoes as if this year hasn't been hard enough. Last year sucked, but this year hasn't really gotten any better. We're still dealing with the Corvid problem.
You mean COVID?
People just aren't listening to each other. All the sadness and the loneliness. Everything is getting more expensive. Climate change is getting worse. When the world's not being flooded or blown away, it's on fire. And the Corvid,
It's COVID.
it just won't go away.
It's COVID, not Corvid.
Ugh.
It's okay, Nostradamus. She doesn't mean you.
It's been a wacky year. Things were supposed to get better. Feel like it's raining here. It keeps getting wetter. Sure, there needs to be rain in order for flowers to grow. I don't mind if it's cold outside. I like to play in the snow. I'm tired of COVID. It's awful and it just won't go away. All the people not respected or listening to what they have to say. Capitalism is running rampant. Entitlement and greed on the rise. Climate change will make it worse. When will we realize things won't get better if we don't stop and pay our dues? It's like having awful family members who keep eating all of your shoes.
Mal, stop eating my shoes.
I love that one. I love the Shakespeare ones as well, but Rob says are gorgeous. Can we bring Robin on online and so we can have a chat? It would be really, really wonderful. Hello, what? Oh, you're on mute, my love. Hold on, there we go.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
And yes, Fox is very busy doing some editing and stuff and, working on, post-production film puppet stuff. So I agreed I would come.
Well, it is so lovely to see you in person. I mean, you're such a famous actress now.
Okay.
I mean, almost infamous, I would have to say.
Look how famous I am.
Yes!
That's pretty cool. Kind of distracting.
You're on TV twice. You look gorgeous. What do you mean?
Checking my audio settings. I'm just gonna. Okay, that's okay. I find my audio is often a little high.
Oh, okay, but you sound fine to us.
There. Hopefully, there.
Really...
Okay, that should sound a little bit better. It's because I'm so close to the camera.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
How tall? I mean, Alex and I were talking about height, and we were talking about the fact that he's 5'9" and I'm 5'8". How tall? Do you know how tall you are?
It's my feet.
Oh,
I'm 2 feet.
You're 2 feet.
That's one.
Or at least you have 2 feet.
There's the other.
Yes.
Twisted around. Socks is helping me a little. I'm not 2 feet tall. That I was trying to make a joke about my feet, how I have 2 of them. But you know what?
What?
Do this real time because I have a ruler.
Wow.
A second. I am. Wait, that's upside down. That's not going to help. Okay. Here we go. That's how tall I am. I am apparently 10 inches tall.
10 inches?
Would you like to know in metric? Here we go.
Metric.
Okay. Oh, I am too tall. I am more than 20. Look at this beautiful ruler. I'm more than 20.
You're just over 25 centimeters.
Yeah, I'm tall. Okay, here we go. This has got everything. There we go. I'm that tall, and then I'm that tall, and then I'm that tall.
Okay, now you've really confused me.
This is a drafting ruler.
Please. 1/8 of an inch, and then suddenly, blah, blah, blah. So you are.
Here we go.
You're smaller than a sheet of writing paper, A4 writing. Mind you, you have American legal size paper is different, isn't it? You've got different dimensions to your regular paper.
Yeah, but I'm a lot fatter than a sheet of paper.
You're a lot. Sorry.
I'm bigger than a sheet of paper.
Yes.
This way. But
yes.
I am smaller than a piece of paper that way. Yes.
Correct.
I am sure that this is stunningly exciting information for everybody watching right now. This is
you're a star. You're a star. I mean, it's like in Chicago, you know, everybody's going to recognize your boobs, your nose, your eyes. I mean, it is what it is. Sorry, I didn't mean to mention your... I should have said bust. Ah! Roro, you lost an eye.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there we go. Okay, fine.
Wait a second. I do not look good right now. Just hold on a second.
You're a little scriff-eyed.
Lopsided. Yes. Sorry about that. Yes, I didn't mean to startle people.
Sorry, I should have used the word bust. At least that is a legitimate dressmaking
My W.
term.
Do you like my shirt? It has a W.
With the W for what?
It should have 2. Yeah.
Well, I suppose so, but if you had 2 of them, it would be like a whoa.
What?
I think you might end up confusing, don't you?
Probably. Isn't that the objective?
Well, I suppose so. I think
confusion is the goal. Give me a W. Give me a confusion. Yay! It's like a cheerleading top, see? Because my hands are like pom-poms.
Yes, I know, but they are beautiful pom-poms.
I'm going to be a cheerleader.
Do you know what? I was just about to say that, but I wouldn't. I don't think you'd be good on the top of a pyramid. Do you?
I think I'd be wonderful on the top of a pyramid. For one thing, I don't weigh a lot. Yeah. Although if it was windy up there, I might get blown away.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's like when they do that thing and they go whoop, and the person on the top, and they do da 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 da, and come down with their leg up here and all of that.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be good at that? You could.
I'd be good at that. Because I don't weigh that much. I'm soft.
That might be a video. That could be a possible video for you.
I did get flown away by a kite once. And that was like that. Where I went through the air. So yeah, maybe my next video. Hey audience, what do you think? Should my next video be something about cheerleading?
I think so. I'm absolutely sure that people would love it.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how did you start in show business?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So I don't remember a whole lot of this because initially I was a sock. I know you can probably tell. I was a sock once upon a time, and as a sock, I have no memory of that experience, which is probably a very good thing. So, Socks, who is you call her Robin, some people call her Ryobina. She's got lots of names. Roro. So
Socks was working with a puppet company called Unraku at the time. And this was a while ago. Unraku did some live shows and did some videos and stuff. And it was pretty cool. They did very diverse stuff. And there was a fairly large team. And they were working on something that never had a title. And it was going to be sort of this father-daughter video vlog thing. And the daughter was going to have a voodoo puppet. And the daughter was, I do apologize for the focus. That is not my fault. That is the camera. Anyway,
fine.
I shall try to ignore it. It's
you
very
still
distracting.
look beautiful.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, so anyway, I was supposed to be the daughter's voodoo doll character, and a different puppeteer, a different puppet maker was supposed to make me, and a different puppeteer was supposed to perform me, and I was going to be totally different. So I guess that wasn't really me, because I just became me. And then there was this thing called Blog TV at the time. I don't know if anybody in the chat would know what Blog TV is, but that was the predecessor of what is now Twitch. And kind of sort of Zoom and all of this kind of things, and kind of this doing things online with an audience, with a chat and stuff. Blog TV was kind of the first platform that really did it well. And so I started doing shows on Blog TV. And we did a lot of science fiction stuff in the month of May. So yay, science fiction May! I just learned that May 11th is oh no, I forgot. Okay, I have unlearned the thing I learned. May 11th was an important day in science fiction, and I can't remember why. But maybe we wrote it down somewhere. I'll look through the papers later. Twilight Zone Day! It was Twilight Zone Day on May 11th.
It was what?
Twilight Zone Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then, May is like really busy because, you've got the 4th of May.
Yeah.
You know,
May
the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you, yeah. And the 25th is Towel Day.
Oh, wow.
So don't be a hoopy fruit, or do be a hoopy fruit. I have forgotten the quote. But, yeah, be a hoopy fruit and get your towel. And don't panic. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I did stuff like that, and we would do a lot of stuff in May. But I would do stuff all year long, and I played music. I had a sort of a DJ vibe going at one point, and it was really cool. We had like a little audience and stuff, and so that's sort of where I figured myself out. You know, sort of figured out who am I and what do I want to do, which is funny because we changed my name for a little bit in the initial Block TV days. So my name, before I even existed, the name Puppet What was the name that was going to be used, right? And we all liked the name, and that's a whole story too, which I won't go into. But anyway, I doubt Stacy's in the room, but thank you, Stacy. That was from a friend of my name came from a misheard phone conversation situation, and so then. So I was How for a while on Blog TV, which is kind of fun because that is what Megatheriums say. For those of you who know, if you know, you know. And so then we decided I would just have my name back. And so it's just Puppet what? You know, kind of like that. And I've done lots of different things since then. I'm good friends with Santa Claus. Yes. He's the man. And for a while, I did an online talk TV show with him. Like it was a live phone-in show. The kids could phone in and talk to Santa. And my job was to like introduce each kid's name and location, which was really cool. And I had an assistant, and I even got a mug from the TV studio, which I don't know where it is now, but I have a TV studio mug, and I borrowed it from the TV studio. And yeah, because it was, good memories of drinking tea. Yeah.
Permanent loan.
Yes. Well, because it's very important to have lots of ways to drink your tea.
True.
This is from Socks. Socks feels very, very deeply about the tea.
I know that Socks is an adamant tea drinker.
Yeah.
I mean adamant. I mean, Socks will mid-conversation say, "Sorry, I'm off to make tea." So
you guys all want to talk about puppetry. She wants to talk about puppet tea.
I see what you did there. I see. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now, While I've got the mic for a moment, I just want to say we need 8 more donations to get Dino here.
Okay, I'll do a cheer for it.
So, sorry, say again?
I'll do a cheer.
Yes, please.
Yes, give us a donation. Give us a donation. I got to do 8 of them, right? Give us a donation. Yes. Give us a 3rd donation. I've lost count. Give us a 4th donation. We're at 4 now. 5. Give us a 5th donation.
6.
And 6 donation.
7. One
donation.
More.
Donation. And 8. I am sure that everybody's sound microphones are probably all just busted to pieces now.
Yes. Anybody who has headphones on just went, you burst their eardrums. But it's quite all right. I think there was about 25 donations, which would be wonderful.
Okay,
if we got that would be incredible.
Did I get us any? I'll cheer your name if you do a donation.
That's a fabulous idea.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic. If we get a what donation, can I bring you back later on to do the cheer for that?
Sure.
That would be fantastic. That would be really, really wonderful. I'm gonna say love you lots. Mwah. Thank you so much, and thank you for donating your videos. We really, really love them. I love your Shakespeare ones. They are divine. I know you did them for Kat, who is also a member of NCPG and has been up to visit you in Canada not that long ago to come and do a production with you, which was wonderful. So it's lovely that again, the whole concept of this international NCPG is terrific.
We are reaching through the computer all to each other to hold our hands and our pom-poms and our fuzzy little paws together to make even better stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also just wonderful connections and people who have such a love for puppetry and the belief, I think, that puppets should rule the world. They'd be so much better than some of the people we have. And just also the fact that there's so much love in puppets. There's so much love for puppetry, and there's so much love in puppets. And with that, I'm going to say...
Doc likes to say our brains are made for puppets.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. If we get a donation for a cheer, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay. Love you lots. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Peter, we have a donation. Heidi sent a donation.
Oh! There we go. Okay, so you've got a donation from Heidi for a cheer. Here we go.
Give me an H. Give me an I. Give me a B.
B.
Heidi.
Heidi. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Well
Eric
done.
Sent a donation. Eric sent a donation.
Who? Sorry.
Eric.
Eric.
Let me get a spelling
Eric sent
for
a
you.
donation.
Do I have to
ERIC.
Give me an E. Give me an R. Give me an
R.
I. Give
I.
me a C.
C.
What does it spell?
Eric! Woohoo!
Yay!
And I'd like to thank Eric for joining us because he's not yet a member of NCPG, but I think he's gonna be, which would be wonderful for anybody that isn't a member of NCPG. Just to point out, I think our membership now is $25 a year, which really is nothing if you consider that you get things every single month. There is something that goes on, whether it be a workshop, whether it be a talk, whether it be a panel organization, or a panel group. I mean, there is so much stuff that's happening from now until the end of the year. Please have a look. There's a whole schedule of stuff that's happening. So it'd be really, really wonderful to see you. Again, thank you so much from the heart of my bottom and the bottom of my heart. We will see you soon. And it is so lovely for you to join us. Please say thanks to Socks for us, and Robin, and we will see you within the next couple of days. I'm sure it'll be lovely to see you again. It's really nice to have conversations with you. It's always such a lovely thing to do. We need six more donations in order to get Dino here. 6 more donations. He's an expensive little man, but or I don't know if he's a man. He's an expensive little dinosaur. Bye-bye, darling. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye. Now, while we're still waiting, this is the moment when I'm going to tell you about something a little different, maybe. There is a certain part of my anatomy. Oh, sorry, my t-shirt. Save the chubby unicorns. Save the chubby unicorns. We need the chubby unicorns. We also need the bees. So please save the bees as well. Whilst we're waiting, I just want to point out that there is a certain part of my anatomy which nobody has seen naked, which I am willing to expose on this channel. Now, I do point out that this is family friendly. Okay, so we need $100. $100 US to see a part of me that nobody has seen naked in a minimum of 8 years. I'm just going to leave that with you. Let it percolate. Think about it. Decide whether or not this is something you would like to do. Decide this is something you really don't want to do. Pay enough and we won't do it, I promise. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there. We need $100, okay? $100. We have 22 minutes, okay, until we are scheduled to finish. I know we did start a little bit late, so we might just go over the edge just a touch. Okay, but in the meantime, okay, I need to point out that Michael, whom you saw earlier with Black Cherry, he's going to be doing the legacy of Toy Theatre. Again, obviously, this is all about Toy Theatre. This is all about raising money to keep the Baltimore Toy Theatre an annual event. We really, really want to. It's a form of theatre that doesn't get explored enough. And it's toy theatres are something that can be used in the home for education. There's just so many different ways that you can use toy theatre. They can pack up simply. They can be transported simply. You can get huge ones. You can have tiny ones. So this is all about toy theatre. But as I say, we have 22 minutes left. Now, Michael is going to be doing a talk, chat, conversation, question and answer system about the legacy of toy theatre. So talking about some of the history of it, how it's developed, how it's been used over the years, in order to accommodate different theatre forms, different styles. All right. He's going to be doing that on the, let me get this date correct. Now, I've got it written down as the 4th of June. But then I've also scratched out the word 4th. So, if you look on your schedule that was sent to you today, to let you know when things are happening. Unfortunately, I can't call it up, I don't think, on my computer. Not at the moment. Sorry. So I'm quite sure somebody will let me know. Either Sarah or Heidi will confirm when it actually is happening. I'm not quite sure why I've got the 4th of June scratched out. Odd. Let me look back over my notes very quickly. No, I haven't got it down. But to remind you again that the Toy Theatre Festival is happening on the 11th of August in Baltimore. We're looking hopefully for people from all over the world. You can submit a video of a toy theatre. Look up the definition of toy theatre in or on NCPG website, because we're trying to stick to quite a specific definition, i.e. it must have a proscenium arch, okay, and then pretty much everything else is in the melee, but it must have a proscenium arch, which is why I'm teaching you how to. Okay, Michael's presentation is, Michael's saying the 15th of August is the festival. My mistake. Sorry, it's not the 11th, it's the 15th of August. Okay. Now, theatre submissions, toy theatre submissions are supposed to be sort of like imminent, but we will stretch it a little bit. Okay, it is done through a selection committee, just so you know. It's not one person saying, okay, yes, I love that, no, I don't like that. Okay, so it's a committee process, and it's an international committee process. Last year we had people from UK, from America, from Africa, from Africa. So we had 6 different people who were looking at all the submissions and choosing the ones that they felt filled the criteria the most. Okay, so submissions, again, it's on the NCPG website, and have a look at that. We now have, okay, because we're almost out of time, so we now have Heidi Rugg to talk about the process that she's been going through on her current project. So this is happening now. This is live and what she's doing now. One of the things that Heidi is doing is asking me to do some of that mentorship work with her, which has been lovely. She didn't win the bid. Sorry. But Heidi and I will be working together on her project. Sarah, I don't know if you're there. Do we have any bids for my naked bit?
I haven't, let me check. Oh, goodness. Dear diary, today at our fundraiser. No bids yet. Just a reminder that 3 hours of mentorship with Peter is at $100 from Claire. We need 6 more people to donate any amount, and we get to see Dino, and you get a personal cheer from What? Yes. And I put in the YouTube chat all of our upcoming NCPG event dates.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Because I get addled with dates. I'm not good with dates.
Hey, Peter.
Hello, darling. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
You're hanging in there. How's the production going?
You know, it's going through that phase where, like, one day I really love what I'm doing, and then, like, the next day I hate what I'm doing.
We all do that. We all do that.
And it's a really, like, one of the most frustrating parts of the process, I think, where you're
sure.
Like, everything's great, and then you're like, everything sucks, and it's like it happens the same hour even, and you're like, well, like literally I didn't change anything, like.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tell us the title. Tell us the title of the production.
So, the show is called The Girl Who Cried Dragon. It premieres in 58 days. Because I have a countdown app. Ooh, we just got another donation, by the way.
Oh, wonderful.
I have a countdown app on my phone that I look at every day that alarms me about how many days are left until I have to be done. So, yeah, some parts are like, it's interesting because I find like in the past, like the last show I developed, the music was really the thing that took the longest.
Yes.
And for this show, the music is like already done. So it's done way ahead of schedule.
Okay.
I have to just
now. Sorry, can I ask a question about production? When you do that, so for example, if you're having, because I know you commission music, so if you're commissioning music from somebody and you already have the production kind of in place, do they then come and watch it? Do you send them a video? Are you saying to them, I need this to happen here? These are the beats? Or
so this show's a little bit
is it
different,
the other way around?
But for my last show, right, because this is more related to the last show I did. I was working with a musician. The whole show is completely scored, and there was a lot of back and forth constantly throughout the production, especially like the last 3 months when we were deep down in the project, and then there was a whole lot of back and forth and back and forth. And then I also had written into the contract that like I had there was a 6-month window where at the end of that 6 months I could meet with the musician again and sort of request kind of like a last flurry of like, this is what I need. But we worked on it really hard, so we didn't need much. There was really only one scene that needed like a significant amount of change. It just needed to be longer, so it wasn't like a tremendous amount of work for the musician or anything. But yeah, no, there was a whole lot of back and forth, and it really impacted the creativity of the whole project. And by that I mean, it's interesting because about a year and a half later, the composer like saw the show.
Right.
And he was like, this is so wild because like this is completely not what I was envisioning at all when you gave me notes and when you told me what you were doing. Like, this isn't what I saw in my head, but like it works. Isn't that wild? And I was like, yeah, it's wild. So yeah, it was interesting. It was really cool to have that kind of collaboration on that project.
Yes. Yeah.
This show's a little bit different.
Yep.
I was looking for a composer or a musician to work with, but because the show is set like in the Middle Ages, I was really trying to find like an authentic sound. So I started creating a list on YouTube, kind of like my fantasy soundscape list. And there was one musician on the fantasy soundscape list who had like a whole bunch of stuff. And so I reached out to her and I was like, hi, is it like I'm a puppeteer and I live in the United States. She's in the UK. And I'm wondering if you would ever consider like allowing, your music to be used. And she agreed. And so I've spent the last, honestly, few years listening to her music a lot. And listening to her music and like finding tracks and sort of classifying them. Like,
yes.
like labeling them with things like sad, happy, active, slow, like giving them things that made sense
Yes.
to my brain,
Yeah.
and then kind of like figuring out where the music plugs into the show and how to make that work. And
Because obviously the music is so emotive.
Yeah.
It has to link. Yeah, you're not listening for instrumentation or things like that. You're listening for emotion, and the emotive quality
Mhm.
of that particular piece of music. It's like Alex was saying about Sarah's piano accordion. I know that their collaboration between puppets and music is so precise because of that type of thing. And I think we all strive for that. So yeah, it is tricky. It is tricky.
But yeah, so that part's been really good, and there's some things I need to sort of tweak, which is like the exact length of some of the pieces, and like there's some stuff I need to do with the music, but I've already like made choices. Like I've already made a bunch of
Sure.
decisions, and I feel like sometimes that's like the hardest part is like the making the decisions part, and then there's just like the work. And the work is, you know, um uh the work is sometimes easier than making decisions, right?
Yep.
Because decisions like commit you to a certain course of action, and the last thing you want to do is commit to like the wrong course of action. So so recently took I was doing a run at Puppet Show Place Theater. We had a great run of shows. And for those of you who don't know, that's a puppet theater just outside of like Boston, in
Hmm.
Brookline Village in Massachusetts. And we did a run of Galapagos George, did that show 16 times. And then there were 4 dark days. And so Monday through Thursday, I was just like working on the show. And have like a we built most of the stage, and but some of the stage like set pieces and stuff are still in cardboard. um I think cardboard is fabulous for process. So
Absolutely.
yeah. And for those of you who don't know, who are in the US, because I was talking to somebody recently and they did not know this hack. So Costco, if you either have a membership or know somebody with a membership and you go there, you can wander around the aisles and you can get these giant, like 4 foot by 4 foot or 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet pieces of cardboard that are literally between all the layers of stuff. And so you have these beautiful, yeah, I'm sorry, Peter. Like next time you're in the States, we'll go on a field trip. It'll be fun. Um,
How do I get it home, Heidi?
I don't know. I don't know. You're gonna have to like build a Costco in South Africa.
Absolutely.
But no, anyway, it's just really great. They have them between like all the layers of
Oh,
goods that they have, and you can just go around and collect all these like beautiful layers of cardboard. And sometimes it's like, and it's different kinds of cardboard. It's not always the same. So it's like
yes.
cardboard, and then sometimes it's like really thick, sturdy stuff, and sometimes it's chipboard, which is also useful. So you can get like layers of that too. Anyway, fun little hack. Yeah, have a Costco membership or like find somebody who has a Costco membership, and
I
it'll be
want
fun.
to. Sorry, I want to go. I want to sort of redial a
Yeah.
little bit. This is one of the first shows, if I'm correct, where you started with the set. You had the idea, you knew what you were going to do, you know what you wanted to do, but then you kind of start the original design process was about the set rather than the
I
puppets.
mean, I made decisions about the puppets, I guess, that, and like because I wanted it to be like tabletop puppetry, right? And I feel like when you do tabletop puppetry and you're doing a solo show, you're sort of limited. Like you know that your the stage height has to be this high,
Yeah,
and that your arms only reach but so far. And
yeah,
so there are some nice limiting factors that are already there. And then I had all these like scene changes because the show happens. There's like 7 different scene changes and transitions that happen from like the meadow to the village to inside the house, um, to like through a wetland and in these other places and into a cave. And I mean, like there's a lot of scene changes. Um, so um, we were working on like trying to dial in all those set pieces, and so I had a ginormous like full-size mock-up of the stage that I built in my daughter's bedroom because she's off at college. She gets home today, by the way, so I'm like literally cleaning her room also. But I've been carrying my phone around the house like with the YouTube stream on. Um, because yeah, she gets home in a couple hours, so I have a deadline. So but um but yeah, so and then like there were some problems that I really was having difficulty solving in full size. And so
Hmm.
another like really cool hack, I was really appreciating you and Alex talking about metric and imperial units, and I was like, because that's a new hack for creating scaling a show. So I built a 2/5 scale model of the show, and all you have to do is convert from inches to centimeters, and like literally, like everything in 1 inch of the full size stage becomes 1 centimeter in the mock-up, and you have a 2/5
Right.
scale, 40% mock-up of the set. And that was like like really
Yeah.
easy, and so anyway, that's gonna be my new standard. I wish I had discovered that, I don't know, 20 years ago.
But that's a fantastic hack, literally.
Yeah.
If it's 5 inches in reality, you can make it 5 centimeters in order to get a model version, a mock model version. As you say,
Yeah.
you're going from yay big down to yay big, and it still is in proportion. It still makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
and it's super easy. Like, um, so that was yeah. So anyway, but we workshop the show and workshop the show. And surprise, on Thursday while the theater was still dark, there was a school group who showed up, um, who was supposed to be there on Friday. But like they messed up the dates with the buses. I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that there were a whole bunch of kids that showed up, expecting to see a puppet show, and there was no way we were going to be able to set up the puppet show for them. 'Cause, I mean, like, as it was, I was like, oh, keep them occupied in the lobby. I'll make up something, because you can't bring a busload of kids to a theater and then drive them back to the school without delivering
Exactly.
something. Um, so I did a show and tell with a lot of the puppets from Galapagos George, and then I did sort of a backstage tour of The Girl Who Cried Dragon, walked
Yes.
them through parts of the story, and that was really cool because suddenly I had my own little like mini think tank of young people, and
Yes.
I could ask them some questions, and it really, oddly enough, helped me to solidify some of my design decisions. Um, there are some, like, we'll call them scarier elements to the show. There's a
Yep.
dragon and there's stuff. Do you want to give a shout out to these lovely humans? Because we got some donations, and that's
I was going to say we've got so many donations coming in. It's wonderful. We need 2 more to get Dino here,
yeah.
but it is just so wonderful. So I'm seeing names coming up, but I'm dyslexic, and so they disappear
Oh,
too
so we've
quickly
got
for me.
Lori and Michael and Claire, and thank you for your donations. Thank you so much.
Thank
Um,
you.
and so anyway, so I had my little mini think tank, and I decided, like after listening to them, because my work tends towards a more sort of we'll call it natural realism, I guess, I think is the
Yes.
correct term. So this show is going to be a bit more stylized, have some
Okay.
more, I don't know, we'll call them cartoon elements. Um, things that have eyes that are more like this kind of eye, you know.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, having them show up was one of those. We were able to make it work. The teachers were like, "That was so great! You should offer this all the time." And I was like, "That's that. Don't talk to me about that. You gotta talk to theater about that." And I like that. Yeah. Don't surprise artists like that.
But getting that type of feedback can be absolutely invaluable.
Oh, it was. It was great. And then the next day after that, I did we'll call it a walkthrough of the show with a group of 8 people from the area, puppetry people who came in, and also got really great feedback from them, which now I'm like trying to figure out what to do with,
Sure. No, I mean, one of those things when you're dealing with other pros, and you're dealing with the public, and it's the way that has to do that. It's this middle bit that is the performance, because you can't take everybody's suggestions.
No, absolutely not.
Especially both professional and public. You've got to find a way of merging those two and going, I'm going to use that suggestion because I think that's really good from a professional. But I love that suggestion that came from the public. And it's how do those meet each other and where do they connect? Because that's what makes the difference. That's what makes it spark, both for you, for the audience, and for the professionals who know what you're doing and what you're wanting to achieve. So I think it's a tricky balance. I directed a show and suddenly at the end of the show there was a Q&A and I had no idea it was going to happen. Nobody warned me. And so that was really, really interesting because it was a first night audience. If it had been a preview audience, at least, then we would have had time to change or adapt some of the ideas. But what we were able to do was to justify the ideas, and that made a huge difference for us as performers. Yeah, Heidi, I'd love to chat to you more, but unfortunately, we kind of have to wrap up. We're running a little. No! Is that needle felted?
It is absolutely, yes, it is needle felted.
Are all the puppets in this show going to be needle felted?
No, most of them. They're lots of needle felting in most of the characters.
Okay.
Maybe not like 100%, but like the heads, some of the mechs, like you really need wood parts. So I've been looking at how to connect those together using springs. I know you're shocked. Totally shocked.
Just for those of you that don't know, Heidi uses springs and I use plastic fish tank pipe. So
that's how we solve all of our problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I always say. I mean, for as many puppeteers, there are as many different ways of making puppets. It's like when Michael was talking about the papier-mâché, and they were talking about soaking the paper and then scrunching it up and then adding glue. And I was like, oh, wow. I scrunch up paper and have in the past then added glue. And most people know I don't do papier-mâché anymore because where I live, we have cockroaches that are like this big and love eating papier-mâché. They love the glue. But we still need 2 donations, and we are 5 minutes over time. 2 $1 donations, and we'll do it, and Dino will appear. 2 more donations, that's all we need. 2 donations, and we will be able to get Dino here to conclude this fundraiser. We hope you have had fun. We hope that you have enjoyed the conversations, the performances that you've seen. I would like to thank everybody that has been involved prior to the hope of getting Dino here. Also, I just want to say Dino Day, 11th of July. Dino Day, 11th of July. Write it down in your diaries. Write it down in your diaries. 11th of July. Once more, 11th of July. I saw an eyeball. I saw an eyeball. I saw what I think was the eyeball of Dino. I'm not convinced. I would have to see a little bit of a pull out. But prior to that, please can I say thank you to all of you who've been with us. If you've been with us for the last 3 hours, if you've just dropped in for 10 minutes, if you saw the live feed from anywhere, it was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. I've had a lot of fun. And what's back? What's going to give us a cheer before we go? Excuse me.
Okay, I got a quick cheer for our most recent donations.
Yes!
Here we go. Yay for Lori, you're a shining star. Hooray for Michael, you're gonna go far. Brava for Claire, you're my hero. Just a few more donations to get to Dino.
Ah! Brilliant! Thank you, What. That was absolutely stunning. We need one more donation for Dino to appear. And so I'm going to say, I'll throw in, I don't know what the dollar is to the South African rand, but here's $10. Dino, it would be wonderful to see you before we leave.
Did somebody say Dino? Oh, wow, Peter. I like the South African rand most of all. That's what I was going to convert all my money to anyway.
Gold bars, darling, gold bars. They are useful.
Only bullion. Gold bullion. That's how I make my soup, with gold bullion.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, we were talking about stone soup earlier, but bouillon would make a wonderful bouillon soup.
Wow.
So please tell us, where have you been? What have you been doing? We haven't seen you in ages.
Oh, Peter, I got kicked out of Lisbon. They said I can't come back no more.
You made me spray my Coca-Cola through my nose.
Oh, yummy.
You got kicked out of Lisbon?
Yeah, they said I can't come in no more.
But that's almost impossible. Lisbon is like one of the most liberal, wonderful, puppet-friendly places in the world.
Hey,
what did you do?
That's what I thought too, but no Dino in Lisbon. They have big peacocks there.
Oh, okay.
And they have one less now. I accidentally ate a peacock, Peter. I did not mean it.
How can one accidentally eat it? What did you do? Trip and suddenly swallow the damn thing?
Yeah, it was a mistake. I promise I'll never do it again. I was trying to eat one of those egg custard pastries that are so good. And the little coffee, they make it so small. It's just a baby coffee, so I had to have 10 to make it the size of an American coffee.
Oh, but that's why they call them Americano. Did you know that?
They do what?
That's why they call everywhere apart from America, I think.
Yeah.
They call filter coffee Americano because when the GIs were all over the world during World War II, they would go into a coffee shop and they would get this little tiny cup of coffee,
Oh,
and they'd
yeah.
go, "What the hell's this? Please just put it into a bigger cup and add water." And so that's where the Americano comes from.
Because of the
which-
GIs?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, Peter, after I had 10 espressos, my GI tract was a mess. Oh, boy. That's the other reason I can't go back to Lisbon. That peacock went straight through me, baby. Ay, ay, ay. I don't mean to be rude, but Sarah isn't here to police me.
Pooing peacock feathers must be quite something.
Yeah, I sold tickets. Guess how many people bought a ticket?
How many?
0.
Oh, no!
It was so embarrassing.
Oh, Dino, I'm so sorry. I really am so sorry. So you had to do it all alone?
Yeah, in my hotel.
But you know what? Some things have to remain private.
That's right. It keeps the mystery alive,
It
baby.
does. It does indeed. It
Yeah.
does. It does. Yeah. Even in a really good relationship, which I know you have with peacocks.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you eat them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But while you were there, apart
Yeah.
from the coffee and the
Yeah.
gorgeous pastries,
Yeah.
and eating peacocks,
Yeah.
what did you see anything? Did you experience anything that you loved?
Oh, Peter, do you know they have big hills and cobblestone streets everywhere?
It's very beautiful, isn't it?
It was so steep, I stayed at the bottom of the hill the whole trip.
Well, you've only got little legs.
I couldn't get up. I have these itty bitty legs. Look at these guys. They're little baby nubs.
Listen, I've always wanted to ask you, and this is probably a very personal and rude question.
Oh, please.
You have these little arms.
Thank you.
Well, they're very cute, but how do you manage to get a tartlet into your mouth? Do you kind of have to like sort of throw them up in the air and then like, boom?
Yeah, basically, I throw them into the air. I have to order about 20, 30, 40 tarts at a time. And then I throw them in the air and I go, and just hope for the best.
Is that the same with the shots of coffee?
Oh, yeah. I have to order like 30, 40, 50 shots of coffee and like one gets in. That's why
Have you thought about using a straw?
Oh, what?
A straw. I know it would be very hot. You'd probably have to wait until it cooled down. But
Yeah.
you know, you could suck an espresso through a straw.
Oh, I guess I never thought about that.
I'm just throwing an idea out there, you know. Exactly, you see?
Oh my God. I just had 10 espressos all at once. Peter, you're
It's a revelation! Oh God, you on 10 espressos would be a little bit no, Dino, calm down. Calm, breathe.
Peter, I
breathe.
need that fundraising money for the coffee shop.
Sorry, you can't have it. It's for Toy Theatre. It's
Dang.
But you've got Dino Day coming up on the 11th of July.
Yeah.
And we promise faithfully. Look, fingers crossed, everything crossed.
Yeah.
Even legs and other bits that I can't tell you about crossed. That we will be able to give you espressos on Dino Day. How's that?
It's going to be a coffee-themed Dino Day?
I think it could be. It could be. That
And
could
the
be quite
donut?
fun.
Oh.
And donuts. Donuts. We've been sponsored with donuts.
Oh, we're going to have a brunch for my birthday. I'm
coffee
30,
and
40
donuts.
and
It's gonna be
thriving.
absolutely fantastic. So there'll be
Thank
a
you.
sugar A sugar and caffeine high.
Yes, please. What could go wrong?
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not with you around.
Oh, thank you, Peter, for hosting today.
Thank you so much for being able to pop in. It's just been so wonderful. And we really, really do appreciate seeing you. Please give our love to Alex and Sarah if you see them.
Yep.
And tell them that we're so glad that they had a wonderful time, and that they saw so many brilliant productions. Please, I'd love to say thank you yet again to everybody who has watched today, to everybody who's donated anything. We really, really appreciate it. I don't know that we have a total of what we've raised today, but all I can say is it's a darn sight more than we had before we started. Oh my goodness, I've just been given a figure.
How much is it?
We have raised $445.
Oh, Peter, that is amazing. Oh, thank
It's
you.
wonderful. That's wonderful news.
Thank you to all our donors. I love you so much. We could not do it without you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Claire was the person who donated the most as far as wanting to do the 3 hours workshop with me. I think somebody must at some point, we need to do a workshop that is you. Although I have a distinct feeling that 3 hours of you might be a little bit much. Anyway.
Oh, dang.
No, seriously. I mean, we love you, but your energy level would, I think, probably kill us all.
Oh, I'll do a workshop on the meditation.
That might be interesting. Oh, hang on a minute. I do apologize. Sorry. It's gone up. It's 545. Not 445, but $545.
Oh,
so,
wow.
to everybody, mwah, thank you so much. Dino, give him a smooch. Give him a smooch.
Oh, thank you, everybody. I love you.
You have the most wonderful set of teeth I've ever seen.
Thanks. The donuts help a lot.
Absolutely. The concept, look at that. And I mean, that means to brush twice a day, at least, and maybe once after every donut. Somebody did say that meditating with Dino might be quite an experience. I'm not quite sure if anybody could keep you still enough or quiet enough for long enough. Depends, of course, on how many espressos you've drunk.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I have an energy problem, Peter. I'm undiagnosed, baby.
Can I say thank you so much for being able to pop in? It is such a pleasure to see you again. We haven't seen you in quite a while, and it really is lovely. You are our celebrity. And with the seriously.
Stop it.
With the don't be embarrassed. It's absolutely the truth. Thank you so much for being our logo. Thank you so much for being our spokesperson. Thank you so much for being our poster person.
Hey, anytime, baby. And thank you for being on the board, and to all the board members, and to all of our members who do so much and spread the good word of puppetry to the people.
Absolutely. Thank you. And also to anybody and everybody that is here that is not yet part of NCPG, because I know there are some people. Please look us up, find the website, join. As I say, it's not expensive, and we there's just so much that you get from NCPG, irrespective of where you live in the world. Please may I say, from Africa, a huge thank you. From America, a huge thank you. From Europe, a huge thank you. To America to Europe. I don't know if there's anybody else here from Africa. All I can say is thank you for joining us. Thank you for making so much money donated towards the Toy Theatre Festival. We cannot thank you enough. This is something that we really want to travel forward. It's wonderful for education. It's marvelous for puppetry. It's wonderful for the history of puppetry. And it's marvelous for the animation that puppets use. So thank you so, so much. Bless you all for having been with us. And good night. God bless. May your God go with you, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday if you've got much left. I have almost none. But thank you. On behalf of NCPG Board, on behalf of everybody that's been involved, to the people who gave their time for free, thank you. We really appreciate it. It was wonderful to see you. And if everybody would like to pop on, just turn on their cameras and say goodbye. That would be really, really wonderful. It would be lovely to see you all if you're still around, and have a chance to just wave to the camera because of the recording. That would be really, really lovely. Heidi, Sarah, Melissa, thank you so, so much for teching and doing all the work that's involved in that. To What, to Rachel, to Laurie, who couldn't stick around for any longer because she had another appointment. I think it was to do with puppets. Surprise, surprise. To Michael for taking us around Black Cherry. All the best with the parade, because I know it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And it is just so wonderful that that container, that pot, is going to hold the soup. I think it's a beautiful idea, and I know that the work that Black Cherry does for its community and with its community is amazing. So love you all. Thank you all.